Corrections and the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences. The lawsuit is in regards to the body of Brandon Dotson, who was an inmate who died at the Ventures Correctional Facility in Barber County. The family of Dotson says their son's body was in outrageous condition when they received it for funeral services, and that included him missing his heart. The first female managing editor at the Birmingham News has died at the age of 80. Carol Nunnally joined the Birmingham News in 1966, becoming the managing editor in 1992. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Save big every day during Lowe's 25 Days of Deals. Save $100 on select Masterbuilt smokers for the grill enthusiast in your life. Plus, get up to 55% off select smart home gifts for everyone on your list. Order eligible in-stock items by 2 p.m. to get same-day delivery. Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid through 12/13 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
This afternoon, we've seen a whole lot of table banging.
How you conduct yourself in a democracy?
Shut up! Silly woman.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Stop playing with it.
I got worms. I got hairy legs. Those days you used to remember the straight race, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty.
You know, they used to say Abraham Lincoln got the worst press. I said there's no way he got worse than me.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. I'm not wearing my sunglasses to necessarily be cool, but I see that Eddie Bader is.
Yeah, I thought that's not what we were doing.
No, I'll be honest with the audience. I was at a Christmas party last night. I didn't go too nuts.
Yeah.
I had a designated driver, though.
Okay.
And I'm slightly hungover.
Huh.
So,
you forgot to shower, too, by the way.
No, I did shower.
Really?
Yeah. This is how we're going to begin this Friday?
I thought that's where we were going. I thought I was allowed to tell you when you're hungover, you should shower.
I did shower, you dope.
Last night?
This morning.
All right.
I showered before you woke up this morning.
Use soap?
Yeah.
City
what
water?
are you smelling in particular?
Sewer.
Yeah, that's just the city.
Weed.
No, that's just like the paper mill, a mix and skunk.
That's the two choices you have in Montgomery.
Smells like money. Smells like money, remember?
It really does.
Oh, yeah. When we used to go out there, they used to take us out there on field trips. And
smells like money.
We used to ask the guys, how do y'all work here? This god-awful smell. And it's like, man, it smells like money, boy.
That's right. That's the real world talking right there.
You know, in 2018, when I actually took a week off for my brother's wedding, I was in upstate New York. And it was a good time. And I get back, and I have to drive from the Pensacola airport to Montgomery.
Yeah.
And as I get within the city limits, and this is when I had that Roadster, that Z3 Roadster. Top down, or even with the top up, you can, whatever's outside, you're going to smell it.
It comes in pretty quick, yeah.
And as soon as I got within Montgomery city limits, I'm like, there is the smell. And I had not, because I'd been away for a week, I had not noticed it.
Yeah, you become nose blind to it, no doubt.
Did.
I'm like, man, this place.
If you left Pensacola, you had to go through Cantonment. Well, no, you probably got right on the interstate.
Yeah, I got on the interstate.
Okay. Well, Cantonment.
I ain't taking those back roads. Look at me. I'll get stuck in a sundown county. And they'll be like, wee, wee, wee.
You ain't
I'm
from
like,
around here, boy.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Cute little Miata you got there, boy.
Yeah, sorry to play into stereotypes, but there is a little bit of hookworm and incest
there
in certain
is.
parts of this country, all right?
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway.
That way.
But we're going to power through. It's Friday free-for-all, so anything you want to talk about, 272-9228. Reminder that the show is now being live-streamed directly to YouTube, as well as on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, at the Joey Clark on Twitter X, or Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And, well, where do we want to begin? Oh, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden has been indicted. 9 new charges.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this broke yesterday evening. So President Biden's son, Hunter, was indicted in California on Thursday on a litany of tax charges. The indictment, Hunter Biden's failure to pay nearly $200,000 of income tax in the year 2019. Special counsel David Weiss has been using a federal grand jury in Los Angeles to gather evidence of possible criminal tax charges against Hunter. Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty in October to a federal gun charge in the U.S. District Court for the District of Delaware after being charged out of Weiss's years-long investigation. Fox News has reached out to Hunter Biden's legal team for comment. A spokesperson for the special counsel, Weiss, declined to comment. Thursday's development comes ahead of an unexpected vote from the House Republican leaders next week on a measure that would formally initiate an impeachment inquiry into President Biden over possible ties to his son's business dealings. Earlier this week, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer released subpoenaed bank records showing an entity owned by Hunter Biden had made, quote, direct monthly payments to Joe Biden, end quote.
Wow, there's the smoking gun.
Yeah. Now, Comer attributed Thursday's indictment to the efforts of 2 brave IRS whistleblowers, Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler. And that is, in fact, I think the case. These guys should deserve the credit. They're the ones who testified recently, took all the slings and arrows from the opposition party. But I have a feeling there might be some, direction from the higher-ups in the DNC. Let the Republicans do it. Let them do their impeachment inquiry. Mm-hmm. Seriously, the shocking thing might be if Biden is found to have, done all the dirty stuff we think, that actually the Democrats will go along with it to get him out of the way.
His time is up.
They'll cry and cry and cry. Oh, this is an abomination, all this stuff the Republicans are doing. But at the last moment, it's actually, this is kind of convenient.
I figured they'd want him to hurry up and go through that way Biden can pardon him before he gets out of office.
No, he'll resign. That's what they want.
Exactly.
They want Biden to resign.
Yeah, they'll essentially go to him behind the scenes. We don't want to vote to convict you in the Senate, Joe.
But it's going to happen.
But it's going to happen, exactly.
You can see it.
We'll see it coming. But, how did they get him on this? So I'm wondering what exactly is, these tax charges. I think some of it was actually to strip clubs and whatnot and sex clubs.
Profiting?
Yeah, well, no, there was one. It was like a play on words for going to a strip club on the Hill. So the Capitol Hill.
That.
And it was, though, called Over the Hill, Gentlemen's Club or something. Over the Hill Strippers or something like that.
That doesn't sound very enticing.
No, it doesn't.
No, but I think it reminds me of a song.
This ain't just a song, Joey Clark.
No, that's enough of that.
Anthem,
that is
buddy.
not my
this
anthem.
Is your anthem right here.
That is not my anthem.
Finally came clear on the radio to everybody. Play it again, Sam.
No.
That's your anthem. Show them your tattoo.
I don't have any tattoos, you dope.
What about that tramp stamp?
Let's go to the phones and talk to Eric. Hey, Eric.
Hey, actually, the duck, but me and Sky, we're gonna nominate him as Joey. You also do a hell of a job, and I like Napolitano when you have him on there, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how you managed to land that, but you did a good. It's not a matter of that. It's he's got good perspective, but I back to this Hunter Biden crap, and I know it's going to become old news, and there's two reasons. It's my opinion. Hillary Clinton, if I ain't recall, there was a couple of people that ended up being killed, one jogging, and I know you do your homework a lot more so better than I. And then you have all the evidence against the Bidens, which we know. I mean, it's. But what in the hell do you really think the end result's going to be? Nothing.
I don't know. No, I think Biden right now is an inconvenience, man.
Oh well, yeah, but who's his replacement?
I don't know. Anybody younger with an actual fully functioning brain would probably suit that better.
Man.
Yeah.
He's got so much. I mean, you talk about luggage, and then this, and I tell you something, and I know that I don't flip over. You know, I don't like to go to NBC and all these other crappy stations, but you know, and it's just for curiosity to see. Let's see what they talking about, and they don't talk about nothing. They don't even mention poor people over there. Man, I give to the Christian Fellowship and Jews, man, and it's $29, and I'm Irish, but it's beside the point. But you never hear anything about that. They never talk about it, man. They don't even mention it. And all of a sudden,
they don't talk about what's going on in Israel.
They don't. They don't really stand up for Israel.
Okay, but, I mean it's front page news every day, though.
But not for them. You know. But regardless, it is. But I mean, when you have these chicks that run these schools, and hell, I don't even think the one.
You okay, Eric?
He had a bad experience last night.
Okay, you just seem all over the place.
I got broke into last night.
That's frustrating.
And I'm still up in arms about that. But I'm fine. But I just, I don't like thieves.
Makes
but back to the matter at hand, I just don't like thieves that come in and take our family, a lot of our heirlooms and stuff that my dad had, tools. It's ridiculous. But then if I were to go out there and protect the property, if I'd have caught them, I wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Right.
But you know what'll happen, Joey? God, I'm going to let you guys go, man. I got to get back to work. Right, man. Sky, keep him straight.
I'll do my best.
See you, Eric.
I will.
Yeah, that might be a fool's errand.
True story.
Keeping me straight, straight and narrow.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. 272-9228. I have to begin. I was telling you this off air, Eddie. Because we can get into all the Hunter Biden stuff. Also, John Fetterman saying Republicans are right about the border.
I thought I heard that this morning, but I was in the shower, so I was like, it must have been muted. It certainly couldn't hurt any kind of intelligent thing coming out of his mouth. But that's 2 in a row.
And then at a UN climate summit, they served gourmet burgers and barbecue while calling on Americans to stop eating meat. Also, world leaders took private jets to the global climate summit.
Are you sure it wasn't like near meat stuff? It wasn't. Certainly, they weren't going to eat meat and tell us we can't have meat.
No, they're literally vampires. They will.
Joey.
It's like telling a vampire, "How dare you suck my blood?" Jonathan Turley, great op-ed out today saying Democrats are the ones assaulting democracy. I agree with that completely. Also, Deadspin, they've finally corrected the record when it came to that bogus story about the kid, the Chiefs fan, wearing so-called blackface.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't. And we're tired of these stupid, silly games you're playing. GFY.
Thank you.
But I want to begin this way, though. Because I kind of heard Eric talking about, like, the ladies running things.
Yeah.
And, I have no problems with a strong woman. Like, whoa, man.
Whoa.
A strong woman is, like, a great thing.
So you wouldn't mind being a kept man?
I don't know if I'd put it that way. I don't want a pushover either.
No, but think about it.
Most of the women in my family were very strong, very, put their foot forward. They don't kind of stand in the background. And so that's what I'm used to. That and, you get a military brat mother who grew up with 3 brothers, and you're like, all right, she's not like other girls in a lot of ways.
Right.
So I don't have an issue with women's empowerment or this idea that women can do. I like kind of that Amelia Earhart feminism. Like, yeah, I'm going to be the best damn pilot in the world. Nobody's going to stop me, and who cares about what my sex might be, what my chromosomes might be.
Right.
All that's great. And even before, say, all the feminist movements in this country, let's be honest, there were a lot of powerful women throughout history, even though they didn't have official titles. And everybody knows it. Give me a break. What's the old line that you hear often, that the man's the head of the house, but the woman's the neck?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and can turn the head whichever way she wants. So I don't have a problem with women's empowerment by any means. But there is this, what I've called like this passive-aggressive girl bossing, where they want to like be empowered and go on and like run things and do things. I'm like, you do it. Slay, queen, slay. Merry Christmas. And then if they get criticized, like say in the rough and tumble world of politics, because who gets criticized in politics?
Everybody.
Then it turns into like, you're just being mean. And I'm going to use me being the fairer sex against you, that you can't say anything. In fact, you're just wrong, Eddie. You're just wrong, Sky. And, you know, not all women do this by any means. There are a lot of great women out there, but this has become a kind of a thing. And it broke my heart to see that yesterday, you know, this person I've had a little crush on, a parasocial, Emily Campagna.
Oh, yeah.
You pull that card?
Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And so I have to say, not only am I hungover this morning, I'm a little heartbroken. It's just sad to see.
Women will do that to you, Joey.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
Yep. They'll break your
That's
heart.
why I keep them at a distance.
But, Joey, it's better to have loved one.
Oh, shut up.
never
Let's go to
loved at all.
Doug. Shut up. Let's go to Doug from Titus. Be quoting
Good
crap
afternoon,
like-
gentlemen.
What's
Thank
up,
y'all
Dougie?
for taking my call. Oh, man, not much. I just punched out, did 48 hours like I do every week.
There you go.
Joey, I think that a strong woman exudes a certain amount of attractiveness.
Certainly.
I agree.
Yeah.
If she doesn't wear it on her sleeve. My mother was a very powerful woman, but only when she needed to be, to protect her family, her children, her husband, whatever it might be. But I mean, if you just, bumped into her on the street, she's just a sweet, kind mother. But when she had to, just like a pit bull, she could flip the switch. And I think there's a certain amount of attractiveness to that. That's just my opinion about strong women.
Oh, yeah.
Joey, what I was calling about, Greg has a weekly call-in guest at 3:30 on Thursdays, and I cannot remember his name. You probably already know who I'm talking
Mark
about.
Grobert?
Grobert, that's
Grobert,
it.
yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Grobert.
Yeah, Grobert, yeah. He has always got breaking news. And he told Greg, or he reminded Greg, that recently 2 Republican Congress members had just suddenly resigned. He also said that yesterday the super PAC that is backing Nikki Haley admitted that 100% of their funds was coming from the Democrats, and the Democrats have bought out, I think it just takes 3 more Republican congressmen that are going to resign real soon, and I think that's going to flip the House. And the Dems are spending all that money so that Biden can't get impeached. But to me, that's like feeding money to a hog. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, all these
What are your
resignations
thoughts,
with
Joey?
that.
Have you heard?
Yeah, with that limited margin, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, especially with somebody like Kevin McCarthy, who he could have served for another 10 months. Patrick McHenry, too. There's some of these guys dropping out now, and also kicking out George Santos, who will live forever, if not literally in our hearts. Yeah, I think they're playing with fire. I think you're right. You're feeding the beast here and playing a dangerous game. I don't know why they're doing it. Many days, I'm sure you all have gotten to know me. I don't feel like a Republican as much as they're my friends.
Not much.
Yeah, well, there are so many of them that are like George Wallace said years and years ago, there's only a dime's difference, or maybe there isn't a dime's difference between a Democrat and a Republican. But to me, it's like turning up wind when you go to urinate outside. You're going to end up getting your leg wet. I don't know. I mean, even Bill Clinton, I don't even know, Joey, and your history, your American history is better than mine. Has there ever been a president that was impeached all the way through a majority vote in the Senate? I know Slick Willie didn't get that, and I know that...
I don't believe
Trump
so,
didn't.
no. I don't think a president's ever been removed by being convicted in the Senate.
I don't think so either. So I don't know what they're doing. They're just spending somebody else's money, I guess. I don't know.
Because Andrew
I do
Johnson
love
was impeached,
Right.
but I don't think he was convicted.
Oh, okay.
And then Nixon probably would have been convicted, but he resigned.
Resigned in front of it.
You're probably right. He probably would have been. I think you're right. I think probably that was the reason why he
And you
did
gotta
resign,
wonder,
because
how
he
did
needed the Senate.
You got to wonder, how did an up-and-coming naval intelligence officer all of a sudden have the biggest story ever dropped in his lap? I'm talking about Bob Woodward, of course. It's
Yeah.
interesting how that
Isn't
works.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I love the idea of the anything goes on Fridays. I know that you and Jack used to do that, and I really enjoy that. Just whatever the heck we want to talk about, we can call in and talk about it. Y'all have a good afternoon and a great weekend. Stay dry, and War Eagle.
War Eagle, brother.
War Eagle.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate it, Doug. Who's this on 5? Brian?
Yes.
Hey, Brian, how
Hello?
are you?
I'm doing all right. I was told that that you might want to talk to me about having me on the show or something like that.
I think we've got our wires crossed here. How about this? I'm going to put you back on hold and have you talk to Eddie, but this is, I don't know. Like,
Let me get some info.
Just hold on for me, Brian. I appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Let's go to Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
Hey guys, hey, good afternoon, good morning. This whole thing with the way they've been doing it over the last 2 or 3 years, which they really started it before Trump been in office, the whole thing with the inflation and all this, all that was part of their plan to transfer the money and the wealth of the middle class. They've got to keep the middle class down, and over the last 2 years, they've done about 70% of that, what they've been wanting to do with that. I think the other 30% they're working on trying to get the cryptocurrency to a position to where it can be in a worldwide position. And you know, no matter what we do or what we say or whatever we're going to do, we're not going to be able to stop that because all that's part of prophecy. And the things that's going to come to pass when it's time for them to answer for their folly is going to be pretty bad. So, but they don't care. They want complete control over our finances and over our lives, and they're going to accomplish it. So, you know, it's just part of how the world is working. You know.
Well, I mean, we'll see. With prophecy, it's always slightly, even when it's spelled out, it can be vague. So we'll never know exactly the day and time, and maybe we'll live to see it. I don't know.
Well, in the end, it'll all come to pass. So, but have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thanks, Dennis.
Let's go to a break. But before the break, Sky, tell us about the Alabama Gazette.
Haven't you heard? The Alabama Gazette's your hometown conservative newspaper, and they have been for over 24 years now. Always serving the river region and really Central Alabama proper with honest, informative, trustworthy news. In a newspaper. I know you thought they had gone away, but that's just those liberal woke papers, or rags as we like to refer to them. The Alabama Gazette always has been published under the banner of God, family, and country. Pro-life, pro-family, pro-America. That's the Alabama Gazette. Take this number down, 356-6700. You can have the Gazette delivered absolutely free to your business. retail, supermarkets, restaurants, whatever you like, your customers will thank you, I assure you. 356-6700. Also, the Gazette, a tremendous value for your advertising dollar. Times are tough after all. The Alabama Gazette provides you with a ready-made audience of potential clients who share your principles and your values. So give them a call, 356-6700, the Alabama Gazette. It is surprisingly affordable to advertise with the Gazette and extremely effective. 356-6700, that's the Alabama Gazette, the people's paper.
Appreciate it, Sky. More news and views in the afternoon. Hold on, Soldier Boy. We're coming to you after the break.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This is Randy and Tammy Burkhalter at Prattville Farm Center.
Hey, Randy, you know we've got a lot of gift ideas for those hard-to-buy-for folks, especially with the new gift shop at Mama's Produce.
Well, Tammy, what about the chickens, dogs, horses, and cows?
We've got gift ideas for them, too.
But remember, the greatest gift is free, the gift of a Savior, Jesus Christ.
So from Eddie, Steve, Paige, Reese, Jacob, Jimmy, Moo Mammy, Tammy, and Randy.
Merry Christmas.
I'm here with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Dot, the place is looking festive.
Yes, Christmas is definitely here.
I can see lots of things around here that would be great for Christmas.
The booths are stocked with everything you need for the Christmas season. And you know we enjoy your visits to see us and helping us keep up all those old good traditions and maybe starting a few new ones. But we love seeing each and every one of you.
What if somebody's looking for a special gift?
We've got the china, of course, and the crystals and the furniture, and we have the vinyl records and silver plate and jewelry and whatever else you think you want.
All right, Dot, give us those hours of operation.
Monday through Friday is 10 until 6. Saturday is 9 until 6. And Sunday is 12:30 to 4:30.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 425 Coliseum Boulevard. And from Miss Dot and Mr. Gary and the McDaniel family, they wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for shopping Eastbrook.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. Soldier Boy's been patient. Let's go to this gentleman here. Hey, Soldier Boy.
You don't know? You better call somebody. The G with the O with the double G.
You didn't know?
He was one of the better ones, too, I tell you. Sucked at a wrestler, but I tell you, entertaining at the end.
That's all that mattered.
That's all that mattered, exactly. Okay, so let's go. Let's start first thing. 2 talking points. I see that the California had to do got threatened by the Palestinians to have a shutdown of the Christmas tree. So what did the governor do? Oh, he had it virtual. How cute, huh?
That's really the same, you know. A great way to bring in the holidays.
He's used to doing a lot of Zoom, isn't he? Is it Zoom?
Yeah. By the way, Soldier Boy, did you see locally that they passed an ordinance to get rid of the ban on Christmas decorations now in the city of Montgomery?
But they'd already put the decorations up, Joe.
No, you're joking.
No, like because that full neutrality ban only allowed for state and national local flags, like official government flags.
Well,
they
that's
now
not a
added
goddamn
that you could
ornament.
do decorations for federal holidays.
What about Shanaka?
What?
What about Shanaka?
Hanukkah?
Yeah.
You're worse. You're worse than the Ivy League presidents.
What are you talking about?
No, you know, it starts with you saying it wrong, and the next thing you know, just stop.
Can you give me 2 facts about Shanaka?
Hanukkah?
Yeah.
Like the oil lasted longer.
Okay. Great.
It was a miracle.
Great. There you go. Let's go play Spin the Dreidel.
I'm not Jewish.
So, Joey,
Joey,
are you pulling my leg, or is this true? The city passed an ordinance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Charles Jenright pushed it through to where we could have decorations. But yeah, the mayor had already put up the Christmas decorations. People were like, "That's against the law." You know what?
Right.
I'm with Stephen Reed on this one. Take me to court for putting up Christmas wreaths.
That'll go over well.
Right.
So we're not gonna wait a minute. So we're not gonna have like Christmas balls, Christmas lights.
Oh no, they had the tree lighting on Monday. It was great.
And best of all, it's all legal now.
And downtown, the riverfront looks fantastic.
Yes, it does.
City looks good.
Okay. Well, so why'd you say it was voted had an ordinance?
Because the ordinance technically outlawed that sort of stuff.
Well, it was so vague.
Right.
It was a lot of gray area.
Right.
But it was
Wait a minute,
possible.
Ridiculous, though.
So I take it we're not going to have the manger scene either.
Well, I think they have it in front of churches. I don't know if they're going to have it where they have it in the city.
I doubt the city would put up a nativity scene.
What if we had like a?
Maybe, who knows?
What if we had like a living nativity?
I'll volunteer.
Would you?
Yeah. Sure. I think it'd be great.
It's getting bad. I remember I saw last year on YouTube the guy he had his manger scenes, his plastic ones, like from the 60s and 70s,
Yep.
And they're really collectible. So somebody stole the baby. But so what did he do next year? He put a GPS tracker in it.
Nice.
After somebody literally stole the baby?
Yeah.
The baby Jesus.
Jesus, yeah.
Wow.
So he said not this year. So this year he put a GPS tracker in 3 wise men. Evidently the guy that stole it wasn't wise. He wasn't one of the 3 wise men. And he tracked him, and there was a serious can of whoop. Can I say the word A?
No, I'd rather you not. If you are going to hesitate, don't do it.
Okay, serious can of whoop rear end. How's that?
That's it.
Or so serious case of shaving cream. How's that?
Right. Well, it's like, let's follow that star to the Messiah. It's like, no, we got GPS now, man. Like, we're good.
Let's follow that criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was in his locked-in garage. The guy kicked the garage in, and then he proceeded to give a guy a full body massage.
That's a great Christmas story. I really like that.
No, and this is becoming a theme. Soldier Boy, are you okay?
Yeah. Hey, another thing that's funny, ironic was the governor of California. He told all the citizens of California season greetings, and he wouldn't say Merry Christmas.
Well, he's not gonna.
And
open up that can.
Right.
That's what I say.
Second talking point. Let me get to my second talking point before I get off track. Second talking point is, Hunter's not going to jail. This is all a distraction. This has all been pre-planned. He's not going to spend one damn day in jail. Either he'll get pardoned, or they'll put a federal judge in that's pro-Democrat on there, and he'll get off scot-free. This is all nothing but a damn show to force Papa Joe to get the heck out. They're going to replace him. He is not going to make it to the Democratic convention.
Thank you. I think you're right over the target.
Yeah.
Am I on it?
Yep.
Yeah. He's outlived his usefulness, and he won't die.
He's being stubborn and everything, and he just won't listen to anybody. And Gavin's already ready for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Gavin, though. He's too much American psycho. It might be The Rock.
I have
The
a
Rock's
pick.
out.
I have a pick.
Yeah, but then he did the thing on Rogan saying they came to me, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And then he was seen later actually meeting with the DNC again after that.
I'd rather have the Road Dog. The O to double G.
No, it's you're all wrong. You're all wrong. It's going to be Michelle Obama.
No,
It's going to be the
not.
surprise. Yeah, man.
They're not going to let Michael
Oh,
run.
you think it might be Hillary?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you think it's Hillary? Maybe
Stop
Hillary?
it with that.
No,
You're
no.
just awful.
Hillary.
Hey, are they going to lose? Are they going to lose the black vote if they don't put Kamala in that slot?
I don't even.
That's
they,
not going to make it.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think
that's
that'll
not
make
going
the
to
cut
happen.
either.
It's Michelle Obama.
There's no way.
I called
wait a
it.
minute, So
All right, you're
so
calling
there's
today.
no way it's going to be Kamala.
No.
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
they were talking about it last night.
If Joe Biden dies between now and the election, that's the only way that's going to happen. And it may not happen then.
Oh, wishful thinking.
I'm telling you.
Well, that's
wait
the
a
only
minute,
way,
wait a
yeah.
If she just happened to wait a minute, if she died by then, Speaker of the House would come into play, right?
That's correct.
Again, Soldier Boy, are you okay today? You're just all over the place. I got to run, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
See you, Soldier Boy.
Later. Let's go to David. Hey, David.
Oh, yeah. Howdy. A couple of things. I heard you talking to Gaza there a minute ago, and I don't know if you've heard about the oil they've discovered underneath Gaza, but if you think about, say like in America, we've had Indian reservations. It used to be the worst land that you'd slam all the Indians onto, and then all of a sudden they discover oil underneath the reservation, and then they all of a sudden want that land back. So that's what's going on in Gaza. That used to be the worst land. Egypt didn't want it. Israel didn't want it. And so they made the Gaza walled city and slammed all those people in there about 20, 30 years ago. And then all of a sudden, 2019, they announced that they found hundreds of billions of dollars worth of oil. And if you just do a quick Google search of Gaza oil, you'll see a news story came out about 2 weeks ago that Chevron has the drilling rights out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like a good idea to boycott Chevron, and then maybe this thing would calm down.
No, I don't think it's going to calm down even with, say, the oil interest off the table, because I think this goes deeper than just economic interest.
No, the fact
sadly.
that they got some American hostages, let's not take that off the table.
Right.
Well, to me, there's two sets of phonies. If it's the Holy Land, then the Jews are supposed to be managing God's property, and that oil would be God's property. And then the Muslims are supposed to be so holy, and they're managing God's property in Gaza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, Chevron ends up with the drilling rights.
Mm.
So it's what they call merchants in the temple. And you remember Jesus started turning over tables about a thing like that.
Well, yeah, and
And,
the equation you just laid out too, it's got to make Chevron God, which I'm not comfortable with that.
Chevron is definitely not God.
Right.
They've been involved in a whole lot of wars for years,
Mm-hmm.
and plan the propaganda as if it's two religions fighting each other, when in fact it has to do with the oil. So I think that's the real ugly truth, and sooner we get that fixed, the sooner things will go easy. The other thing, that previous caller, he was just talking about, who to choose, whether it be Biden or Trump. I don't know if you ever heard about the corporate state, but this was before World War II. There was Mussolini in Italy, and he was trying to figure out a government that would suit the corporations. And you would have this round table of government, and all of the biggest monopolies would sit at the round table, and the people would get to elect a president, but the president would be only one person at that round table. And so that guy would have to be utterly clever and wise and powerful to be able to deal with all the different monopolies. Well, so when it comes to the election, the monopolies don't want the people to elect somebody wise and clever and powerful. They want to elect either an utter fool or another toad. Now, in the case of Biden, he was the senator from Delaware for 40 years?
Right.
And Delaware is the state where all of the corporations that want to pay the least amount of taxes go. So Delaware is the cheapskate state for corporations to register in. And he was senator from the cheapskate state. On the other hand, you had Donald Trump, who was somewhere in between organized crime and an utter vain fool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of guy that the corporations would like, is an utter vain fool. Somebody who would be so fixed on himself he wouldn't know what was going on. And so I'm very suspicious about the corporate state. That's what China is right now. That's what Russia is right now. And the United States is rapidly moving toward the corporate state.
Yeah, and I would disagree somewhat on Trump because of how much people are, including, say, like corporate media, is trying to get him out of there. But I think you're right in general that sadly, the Italian fascism, Mussolini, and all that influenced the world, including the United States, way too much. And but yeah, why would they want Trump when it seems like most of the powers that be do not want him and are trying to do everything in their damnedest to keep him out of there?
Well, in terms of, it's kind of interesting. If you think about, I don't know if you've been paying attention over in Texas, they got a really dirty attorney general over there. And the attorney general is just letting all sorts of really dirty laws slide. He's a danger to their clean laws, and he's
I think Ken Paxton's a hero of the Republic, probably, in the making.
Well, he's the corporate state in its way, because he's given away the store for Texas. You know, those guys are, I pay attention to energy issues, for example. And when you think about Enron got caught because the federal government started chasing them. The state wasn't going to chase them, but the federal government did. So recently, the state of Texas made a law that said that they could not buy electricity across state lines. They can't buy it from New Mexico. They can't buy it from Louisiana. They can't buy it from Oklahoma. And so Texas has frozen all of the electricity within the state. And so now if the electric company decides to cheat people, the federal government can't protect them. It can only be the Attorney General, Ken Paxton. And if you've been paying attention to those big freezes, they had, 60 days of above 109 degrees. So those people were paying like $1,000 a month in electric bills just to keep their place down, in air conditioning.
But why is wanting to remove the interstate nexus and only be Texas-based a sign that they just want to do people dirty? Why is trying to get out from, say, the federal thumb always a suggestion that the state's going to do a bad thing with it? Well, maybe they're trying to be more efficient and want to do other things that the feds wouldn't allow.
Why? Well, it's what you call full faith and credit. You would look at it as united we stand, divided we fall. If they've got like hurricanes hitting Texas, that's happened a lot. The power lines are down, or somehow or another grid needs to be replenished from Louisiana or Oklahoma or whatever. That's united we stand, divided you fall. And they've had enough hurricanes down there that they know that they need the backup, but they came up specifically with a law that they cannot have federal oversight of whether or not the people of Texas are being cheated. And that's something that Ken Paxton did and Governor Abbott did. So I think that they're about to fleece the crap out of Texas, and they've only gotten started. That big freeze that happened, about 5-7 years ago, and all of the pipes were breaking and the roofs were caving in because of the ice on the roof, and the electricity grid was down and people were being overcharged like crazy. That was the overcharging is the trick. There are people who like.
All right, David, like, I don't know all the ins and outs in Texas politics, so I appreciate you going down this rabbit hole, but I got to hit a break, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, well, the bigger thing is that the corporations love it when there's no regulations, and that's
actually they love regulations because they can create all sorts of rent-seeking behavior in the law. They can beat their competitors over the head with the regulations.
You'd have to give me an example of that. But
say the pharmaceutical industry and how they're regulated by the FDA. It's a complete regulatory capture. And if you want to talk about the corporate state, it's this blurring between public institutions and private institutions that we see in big pharma. You certainly see it with the military contractors, and you see it in a lot of cases across the banking sector in particular. Like, where does the private and the public end and begin? And I think that's more a sign of, say, corporate fascism, especially on the economic front, than anything else. And if I'm a big corporation that's gotten a big market position, I would love to defend my position, not by competing on the market, but by getting special favors from the politicians in D.C. And it's also the other way around, where the politicians in D.C. or anywhere else are extorting these businesses that get successful. So you're going to play the game or you're not.
Yeah, I'll just wrap up real quick with the fascism is designed for monopolies. And so crushing the competition so there's only one dairy, when there's
Right.
only one trucking, when there's only one steel, all of the different...
Right.
The fascism is really monopolies, not competition in different sectors.
And in all these sectors, I don't think we have that much competition, but I appreciate the call, man. 272-9228. Are y'all okay today? Am I okay?
I could use a shot.
Yeah, me too. Hair of the dog, like that. Gum, man.
Okay.
Fascinating calls. So, hey, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And they're at Pest Pro Services. Ashley and her team are ready to help you, with so much of your pest control problems. Now, it could be something specialty like termite treatment.
Could be.
What, homeowners insurance doesn't cover that, right, Eddie?
They do not. They will tell you should have taken care of it yourself. And they will probably tell you something to the fact you should have a termite company come by on the regular, much like pest control services that we offer right here.
Right. And would you say that it's more expensive to treat the termites after they hit your property or before?
Good Lord, it's so much more expensive afterwards because you don't hear them, you don't see them. It's when usually you go to put something to the wall and your fist goes right through the wall.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or you just
the
notice,
crown molding starts to dissolve.
Right, you just notice sawdust. You're like, where's this sawdust? Who's cutting in the house?
Right.
You don't want to wait that long.
No, you don't.
I didn't get a puppy chewing things.
And usually by the time you see it inside your home, it's usually way late because they've come through the bottom.
But Pest Pro has the best and brand new technology there, folks. What do they call it? The Termidor HP2
Very
injection unit?
They have.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
it
very
is.
impressive unit. So whether it's a job like termites, a specific job, or you're just looking for an everyday pest control company you can trust that other people in the area trust, that's Pest Pro Services. So call them today, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or you can always go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell them, you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. Romex Anglers commenting, don't be agitated, Joey, it's Friday. Don't tell me what to do.
Can we just go get that shot now?
Joey, I only saw you drink 3 beers last night. Actually, I drank a good bit of scotch. Non-peated, though. Hey, let's hit this break.
Hi.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This holiday season is about more. Not more presents and shopping. More you. That's why at Montgomery Men's Health we're celebrating the season of connection. Connecting with your family, with true friendships, and with yourself. We're treating erectile dysfunction with the least invasive, most advanced treatment options. We've been the local support team helping men get that spark back. In the bedroom, on the job, at the gym, and everywhere life takes you. To celebrate this season of connection, we're giving away free B12 at our Montgomery clinic with every office visit for those who medically qualify. Our commitment is to take care of men, because men who feel alive will change the world. Don't wait to experience the difference our team at Montgomery Men's Health can make. Do it for your career. Do it for your family. Do it for your love life. Do it for you. Because the most meaningful present you can give is a man who is fully present. To give the gift of you this year, call now, 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to set up a consultation and lab panel today.
Yes?
Howdy, ma'am. I'm Bill, the electrician.
Oh, hello, Bill. Say, I like your houndstooth hat. Bama fan?
Well, sorta.
Oh, you're also wearing a War Eagle sweatshirt and a Troy jacket.
Yeah, well, I grabbed a hot wire last week. Kinda scrambled my brain.
Electricity is nothing to trifle with. That's why you only want electricians who are safety conscious and code compliant, like the experts at Crosby Electric.
Okay, ma'am, you take this 2x4, and if you notice I ain't saying much, give me a good knock on the head.
What?
All Crosby Electric team members are trained to make safety our #1 priority, to avoid dangerous situations.
All ready to go, ma'am. Just have to connect this wire and... Oh!
Bill, are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Good as new.
Yeah, sure. Who's your favorite team?
Pistachio?
Don't take chances with electricity. Call the experts at Crosby Electric or visit us at crosbyelectric.com.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
The fall sale is on, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your floors. During Prattville Carpet's biggest sale of the year, find deep discounts on Mohawk flooring for every room in your home, plus interest-free financing with approved credit. Get new floors before the holidays with huge discounts. Visit PrattvilleCarpet.com or call 285-8117 today.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bitter and Sky Mosley in the house with me here. How you gentlemen doing?
We're not all right.
Not all right.
Yeah, y'all.
We
What's
just took a
wrong
vote.
with
It's official.
Hey, Eddie, actually, could you stand up for a second and show people your hoodie? Now, squat a little there. And what is that? Santa winking. It says, "Ask your mom if I'm real."
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, a lot of young people don't believe in Santa Claus. So
Oh.
instead of
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. But instead of just saying, you know what, I don't believe anymore, here's me, an adult, reminding them, go ask your mom.
That's like a public service
That's
sweatshirt,
what I thought.
man.
So I don't know why I'm getting the dirty looks.
Wow. What a guy.
I thought I'm trying to help out, getting in the Christmas spirit, but apparently you walk around Walmart with this and you get the kind of dirty looks.
Some
couple
people
winks
just
from
have
people
dirty
too.
minds.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Puts a whole new spin on milk and cookies.
He don't like milk and cookies. I learned that a long time ago.
Anyway.
He appreciates a couple of Bud Lights and a bag of chips, bag of Doritos.
Couple Bud Lights.
Santa still drink Bud Light?
My Santa always preferred the PBR, 3 PBRs and a bag of Doritos. Yeah.
I'm white trash, and I'm in trouble.
Hey, did you ever use that Bush Light soap I got you last year?
Actually, I found it about a week or two ago, and it's at the Airbnb. So yeah, I'll probably be using it this weekend.
Well, it's not Bush Light, it's Bush soap though.
Bush soap, yeah.
Yeah, but
It smells good though. It doesn't smell like Bush beer at all.
It doesn't?
No, it smells. I don't know, kind of leathery. It smells good, like a man should.
Is it made by Anheuser-Busch?
That's what the box says.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. It was just a quick grab. I'm like, oh, I saw it at the checkout line. I'm like, Eddie will like this.
Yeah. I would if it smelled like Bush Light. I wouldn't wear it because if I get pulled over, they'd assume I was drinking because your soap smells like Bush Light, there, buddy.
But hey, look, we got some comments going on. Again,
Oh,
Joey
Lord.
Clark live on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Or at the Joey Clark on the X platform.
Oh,
formerly
somebody
known as
called
Twitter.
and said that the comments were not working on the Twitter platform. I forgot to
Really?
Yeah, they wanted me to let you know that they couldn't get it to comment or something. So
Well, that's
I had
unfortunate.
to turn that over to our IT guy. That's Joey.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, which shows why our IT is so bad. But Patrick's writing, everyone wants them to regulate us into monopolies. The government has manufactured so much fear of free market monopoly and turned it into support for monopolies enforced by regulation. That's exactly right.
Well put.
Like, oh, I wouldn't want an unlicensed electrician. Those licenses prevent competition and limit service providers, which drive up consumer costs, but the consumers don't even trust themselves to hire people responsibly. Yeah.
That's pretty true. But
standards are a good thing, but I think you could have standards enforced through associations and different, well, like UL is a great example, Underwriter Laboratories. Like, you can have standards in industry, of course, but yeah, often the government, say licensing or the government regulations are more a toll booth on the way to doing business, not something that actually adds to safety or to efficiency
One
in a
of
good
the
product.
examples I remember was the cosmetology. You had to get a license to wash hair. Not cut hair, but
Right.
to wash hair.
Right.
I would think you got a few years of experience washing hair before you ever or start to do cosmetology, being you have hair and you've been washing it your whole life. I don't understand why you have to have a license for that.
Don't give me, last time I started.
Who's selling the licenses?
Well, that would be the state of
The
Alabama.
state, it's required, yeah.
Well,
Oh, no, this state in particular needs a massive overhaul. I think actually Young Boozer's on the job
Is that
for
right?
that. Yeah, he's on a study commission right now looking at how to consolidate, number one. Now, I hope it's not like too much the Aaliyah consolidation because it ended up being more expensive in a lot of ways. But yeah, I would get rid of a lot of these boards and whatnot. We just don't need these licenses in certain industries. But Romex Angler is saying drinking scotch is an admittance that your taste buds don't exist. When you're told it's an acquired taste, then it's not going to be good. No, it tastes. The scotch I was having was McLaren, I think, or Macallan.
Macallan.
Not McLaren's the car.
Right.
Macallan. I can't remember what age, but it was like caramel. It was very good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And with a cigar, it tasted awesome.
Cigar?
That makes me sad, Romex.
Yeah, Scotch is generally a refined, sophisticated. That's what you wind up with
right.
if you stick around long.
What, Eddie, you think you're more a hard cider guy?
Busch Light.
Oh.
Just Busch Light. I had a shot of tequila the other night, I think accidentally, because and pushed me right back to Busch Light. I'm just not a liquor guy.
Yeah.
I do like that one product we got in a mason jar that we still have some.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
delicious.
yeah.
That is delicious.
Good old shine.
Yeah. It's got some flavor and pecan stuff. Man, and I'm not a liquor guy, but that stuff is out of this world.
It's dangerously good.
Yes. Yes, it is. In fact, I'm towards the
liquor
bottom of the
that
jar.
proof shouldn't taste good, buddy.
It does.
Yeah. I might have hid it in my house.
Good idea. I'm
like serious.
Man, it's one of the few times I've ever tasted like a moonshine that didn't just taste straight up moonshine. I mean, it actually had some flavor of the pecans, and I think there's some caramel and things in there.
No, it's like spiked hard eggnog pretty good? It's not?
That thick, mucusy eggnog, no.
You don't like eggnog?
No, I used to, but no, it's too thick.
You should only have one or maybe two of those.
Right.
A little nutmeg in there, a little bit of whiskey. Yeah.
Whiskey. What kind of whiskey do you put in there? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I think a bourbon.
A lot of people do bourbon, blended whiskey.
I'm glad. I'm not a whiskey guy, and I'm
you
kind of
wouldn't
glad.
want to pour really good whiskey into
That was my other thought. What do you? It's like putting
wasted.
a really good steak with A1.
You're not going to be able to taste it or appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, Sky, you're not allowed to answer this question, but wine is fine, but
Liquor's quicker.
Whiskey is quicker.
No, liquor's quicker.
No.
Does whiskey rhyme with quicker?
Wine is fine, but
And
whiskey
liquor
is
is quicker.
Suicide is slow with liquor. Let me finish the damn line. Who sang it?
I'd never heard of that depressing part of it.
Who sang it, Eddie?
Oh, I don't know. I sang it a lot, but obviously wrong.
Sky.
The theme from MASH. I'm totally blanking, man. I'm totally blanking.
We don't have any Ozzy fans in here.
The madman, of course. Brain no work. Someday.
I'm starting to think you dipped into that shine before we began.
I drink it, I promise.
Us and the callers. What a Friday.
It's one of those days.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The presidents of Harvard, the University of Pennsylvania, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology facing swift criticism for their responses during a congressional hearing on anti-Semitism, with lawmakers from both parties condemning them for not being strong enough in their condemnation of hate speech against Jewish students. A court hearing underway in suburban Detroit as a judge hears from families and surviving victims of the Oxford school shooting in 2021. Ethan Crumley could be sentenced to life in prison. U.S. regulators have approved 2 gene therapies for sickle cell disease. The doctors hoping that they can cure the painful inherited blood disorder. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 100 points and the Nasdaq adding 41 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, an evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group, because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word faith to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word faith to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by the Johnny Adams Law Firm. They want you to stay safe on the road. Please don't text and drive. Get to your destination safely. Your family and friends will thank you. From the Johnny Adams Law Firm.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. We've got some weekend weather changes ahead as a storm system approaches, but not right away. Today, pretty decent Friday. High temperature up to about 67. A dry day, partial sunshine. Mostly cloudy, dry through the evening hours tonight, but the risk of scattered showers begins in the overnight hours, low 54. Then tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up, especially by the afternoon hours, then becoming likely Saturday evening and Saturday night, and first half of the day on Sunday before ending. A few stronger storms possible. High Saturday 73, Sunday's high 61, colder Monday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A pickup truck crash in Elmore County has killed a 14-year-old from Deatsville and left 4 other teenagers injured. The crash happened Thursday afternoon on Lightwood Road, approximately 11 miles north of Wetumpka. The victim was a passenger in the truck which left the roadway and hit a tree. Governor Kay Ivey announced Thursday that MELA has selected Opelika as the location for a United States manufacturing hub that will employ hundreds of workers. MELA is the world's leading manufacturer of premium domestic appliances based in Westphalia, Germany. The Montgomery Biscuits have announced that manager Morgan Insberg has been promoted. After leading the AA Biscuits to a 80-58 record this past season, Insberg will now manage the Tampa Bay AAA affiliate, the Durham Bulls, in 2024. Insberg has spent the past 4 seasons with the Biscuits. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hey folks, remember the good old days when Christmas gifts had us playing outdoors? Well, these days, kids only ask for an electronic device that keeps them cooped up inside. So, parent or grandparent, take charge this Christmas and get the entire family enjoying the great outdoors with a Hammerhead go-kart by Polaris from CTE Outdoor Power. Now, everyone knows go-karts are fantastic family fun, and whether it's a small kid's kart, a medium-sized youth model, or a large, full performance machine for teens and adults, Hammerhead karts have the quality, safety, and performance you expect from Polaris. Don't have a place to hide a kart until Christmas? No problem. Whether you take advantage of our 0% interest financing, layaway, or purchase your Hammerhead kart, CTE will store the kart through December 23rd. So call, click, or come by today and reserve your Hammerhead at CTE Outdoor Power, I-85 at Perry Hill Road, and CTEOutdoorPower.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Vader in the house.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. Sky Mosley in the studio.
Right on.
272-9228 if you want to join the program. And again, if you want to watch us on the YouTube, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Joey Clark Live on YouTube.
Absolutely free.
Yeah, absolutely free. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Paul. Hey, Paul.
Well, hello.
How are you?
We got Eddie, we got Joey, and we got Sky.
We do.
In the house. It's the trifecta of doom.
Oh, Lordy mercy. Well, you know, I couldn't help but just, I got to bring it on out here. Subject come up here about a little shine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was introduced to some homemade stuff that they call apple pie about 8 years ago, and I'm like, yeah, I like apple pie.
Right.
But it wasn't the same kind of apple pie I thought that I was talking about.
That liquid apple pie.
Yeah. So one of the people I was talking with says, well, stop by the house this weekend. I'm going to make some. I'll give you a quart. I'm like, a quart of apple pie? You know, yeah, sure. Nothing else said.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the devil do you get apple pie in a quart? Must be a bowl. Do I need to bring my own bowl? Boy, did I get laughed at. I'm like, well, yeah, you know, I like mine a la mode. They can heat it up in the microwave.
Oh, yeah.
Put some vanilla ice cream on top of it. Paul, by all means, do not put this in a bowl and put it in the microwave and heat it up. I'm like, well, why? It was at that point that I was introduced to what it actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a little taste? I'm like, no, I got to drive.
Wise man.
Though you might have been onto something with that moonshine apple pie, flavor shine in some ice cream.
Yeah, no, it's got me thinking too. That little bit of ice cream.
Probably good.
That would be a pretty good chaser.
It's going to melt pretty quickly.
Yeah, that would be cool. But there again,
put it in a root beer float.
Heat it up.
Yeah, it might be a problem when you go to heat that
like
up.
That up.
Yeah, I wouldn't heat it up.
Yeah.
And I certainly wouldn't get a lighter near it.
No.
You'll hardly regret that at all.
Yeah, don't need to set yourself on fire.
That's exactly right.
Hey, well, while we're on that subject, before I get out of here, I knew one guy who made it with Everclear. He says that way it's still legal because at that time moonshine had not been legal for sales in Alabama, and of course the Everclear is ain't nothing but liquid fire.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's the original skull cracker.
Thank God I am not. I don't drink like I did in my 20s. Woo.
Oh, amen.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Ow, it hurts now. Like I didn't have that much last night. And I'm like, just it hurts.
I'm not even going to go there. That's too far back. It hurts just thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Y'all have a great weekend.
You
guys,
too, Paul.
later.
You too,
Thanks,
Paul.
Take care, buddy.
Rock on.
272-9228. Now, speaking of setting things on fire, this is a story out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
2 off-duty New York City police officers and 2 Utah tourists are being credited with helping to stop the intentional burning of what Atlanta police chief describes as the jewel of the city. Atlanta police officers rushed to Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth home in Atlanta just after 5:45 p.m. Thursday after reports of vandalism in progress. The police chief there in Atlanta said 2 tourists from Utah saw a woman dousing the plant's porch and front door of MLK Jr.'s first home with what smelled like gasoline.
Oh, it's gas.
The bystanders told officers they intervened when they saw her trying to ignite a lighter.
Yep.
Meanwhile, 2 off-duty NYPD officers visiting the area were able to detain the woman until the Atlanta Police Department arrived at the scene. Wow. And now there's a picture of the woman.
Right.
Well, it's not a hate crime.
Surprised?
Her name, she's 26. Her name is Lanisha Chantrice Henderson. Been charged with arson in the second degree and interfering with government property. Are they saying any motive?
That's what I don't understand. Obviously, she's mentally challenged, to say the least. But
Yeah.
if it's a jewel of the city, do you keep your jewels just out with no police protection whatsoever, no security?
Well, I don't think they would have expected that.
You never know.
2023, man.
This could be one of those reverse racism things where
Ding, ding,
we've
ding,
seen it before now.
Oh, the hoax stuff?
Yeah.
That was my first thought. Other than
It happens
why?
way too often.
Why
A
would
lot
you?
more than
And it
people
doesn't
think.
get punished like it should either.
Right.
Could be an attempt at
Or
that.
it could be, like just she's out of her mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'd like to think, to be honest.
Or
There was
both.
no
Because, think about what happened with the Baptist church down here.
Which, again, was just shocking as it could be.
One was pretty much out of her mind, yeah.
But
So you
obviously
never know.
There's intent. She brought gas. She dressed in black. She planned to be able, to be able to do it and get away with it.
Well, I'm glad,
just glad those people were there.
Those good Samaritans, so to speak, were there.
What time of the morning was it, Joey? Remember? It was like midnight.
No,
or so?
it was 5:45 in the afternoon.
In broad,
in the evening.
pretty much broad daylight.
Yeah,
well,
no, yeah.
it wasn't daylight saving time,
Yeah,
but
that's-
broad daylight. That's
I'm going to reverse my guess and say just
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those stories. If she had succeeded, that would have been international headline.
That'd have been world news.
Tremendous.
So thank God for those folks there who stopped that in
Way to go.
progress.
Yeah, definitely. And had the wherewithal to actually stop her, not just
take
not just
action.
watch. Yeah.
Right.
Not film it.
Right.
Thank you.
Hold on before you light that. Let me get my phone ready.
I'll get you in frame here.
But just to remind folks, Hunter Biden has been charged with 9 federal tax crimes in the Central District of California. The indictment says Hunter, spent millions on an extravagant lifestyle, including memberships at sex clubs. What are those?
What's the crime in
We
that?
should go research that. Let's go investigate that.
I haven't heard of a crime yet. Where's the crime?
And more than $188,000 on adult entertainment.
And the rest of the money just wasted.
But where's the crime?
He didn't report it on his taxes,
That
Eddie.
he had hookahs? He didn't report, hey, I got hookahs for this much money? You supposed to report that on your taxes?
Now, let's listen to the CBS News report on
Couldn't
this.
find the box. Sorry.
Here we go. Here's CBS on what happened.
We have breaking news to report. A federal grand jury has indicted President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, for tax evasion. Earlier this year, Hunter Biden had entered into a plea agreement with the Justice Department on 2 misdemeanor tax charges, but the deal collapsed after facing scrutiny from a U.S. District Court judge.
I'm going to pause it there because just as a reminder, folks, I don't know if you two, Sky and Eddie, remember me talking about this, but have y'all read Miranda Devine's The Laptop from Hell?
I have not.
The Laptop from Hell begins with Hunter at some high-end, I can't remember the hotel, high-end hotel in Los Angeles where he had his own, bungalow.
Oh.
Essentially where he lived all the time. And it's emails and texts where he's arguing with a high-priced Russian
that's right.
hooker.
I do remember this.
Which you're like, how high priced? Like $7,000
Very high price.
for one service rendered, so to speak. For an evening. And he accidentally paid her $21,000. So he's arguing.
I want a refund, man.
Yeah.
He's arguing with this lady of the evening for his $14,000 back, and she's like, "No, you idiot! I think he got 7. I think he got a little back."
Thanks for the tip.
So this is what
Get a
we're
credit.
dealing with.
Right.
And so no wonder he's in trouble here. But let's listen in.
Hunter was indicted in September by another federal grand jury in Delaware on felony charges that he lied about being a drug user on an application to buy a gun. He pleaded not guilty to those charges. CBS News producer Erica Brown joins me now on the phone. Hi, Erica. What do we know? This is fresh and new, but what do we know?
Hi, good evening, John. Yeah, so right now that we know that Hunter Biden has been indicted on federal tax charges. I'm going through this indictment in real time, but it alleges that Hunter Biden engaged in what they call a 4-year scheme to not pay $1.5 million in federal taxes that he owed for the tax years 2016 through 2017, and also to file false tax returns in order to evade the assessment for taxes for years 2018. So that's what I'm getting hot off the press, still going through this indictment. It looks like there are at least 3 counts, but I'm still scrolling through. But this is the second indictment brought by Special Counsel David Weiss's office. Federal prosecutors first filed charges against Hunter Biden in the District of Delaware, and those were 3 felony counts related to his alleged unlawful possession of a firearm.
Now, I'm also seeing here, folks, both the Costanza, Justin Costanza and Mike Costanza are doing live commentary up there. As we speak, I believe this is a championship game. The Catholic Knights, after halftime, I don't see the exact where they are in the quarter on the live stream, but they're up 21-0.
Oh, wow.
It's going on right now.
Right now.
Who they
Right
playing?
now. That's pretty awesome right there. Let's see, who are they playing? Cherokee County something. But
Okay.
that's amazing. Yeah, Cherokee County Warriors. Catholic Knights are leading, bringing home a championship
Substantial
potentially.
lead.
That's fantastic to hear. To see my alma mater doing such good things. Now, the Hunter Biden thing, folks, it's I think just the beginning. I don't think this is just about Hunter. To many callers' points, to the point we've been making, I think this is maybe a potential scheme to get Joe.
Get Joe out?
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. out of the way. Can you believe he's a junior?
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to pass on that name. Robinette. Wow. But
girl named Sue.
You never know. This part of the program brought to you by New Look Decorating Center. And they're at New Look Decorating Center. Well, they're ready to help you. Brett Lanham, the manager, Brian Carr, the owner, they've put together a great team of paint specialists, as well as specialists when it comes to wallpaper and fabrics. In fact, Katie is the person you need to ask for if you're interested in wallpaper and fabrics. Addie did that just the other day.
Yes, I'm still working on it.
Because you were confounded by the fabric in this one property
Right.
you're
To me,
looking at.
I'm not trying to be ugly, but it looks like canvas coffee bags. I mean, but it is some fancy fabric. So I had to take a picture of it, take it to her, and she was able to tell me, hey, before you take that down, that's going to be a pain in the butt, we can get that painted as well. And that,
Oh, really?
Right. And I didn't know that, had no idea. So that could save me a lot of money and time, just being able to paint over that.
Yeah, folks, especially on those do-it-yourself projects like Eddie's talking about, they're going to tell you how to do it the right
Yes, they
way to save you time and money. And also, if it's such a big job, you got to contract it out. They know all the painters in town.
Yes,
they
they
know all
do.
the contractors in town. And actually, it's a good judge of a contractor. Do you buy your paint? At New Look, you should ask. So check out New Look Decorating Center today. Of course, they are a Benjamin Moore franchise. They have high-quality Benjamin Moore paint and stain supplies. And not only are you helping out a 40-year small business, a 40-year institution here in Montgomery when you buy from New Look Decorating Center, you're helping the larger Alabama economy. One of Benjamin Moore's largest plants is right here in Alabama, Pell City, Alabama.
That's right.
Keep your money at home.
Yeah.
There you go. Check out New Look Decorating Center today, 271-0007. That's 271-0007. Or you can always go to newlookdecoratingcenter.com. But I really encourage you to stop by that
Definitely.
showroom. See Brett, see Brian, see Jordan, see Katie at 6237 Atlanta Highway, right here in Montgomery, where Bell Road dead ends to Atlanta Highway. You'll see it in all its glory. Benjamin Moore's New Look Decorating Center. And be sure to tell that great team that Joey and Eddie and Sky from News and Views in the afternoon sent you. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. Powering through. Anything goes on this Friday.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This holiday season is about more. Not more presents and shopping, more you. That's why at Montgomery Men's Health, we're celebrating the season of connection. Connecting with your family, with true friendships, and with yourself. We're treating erectile dysfunction with the least invasive, most advanced treatment options. We've been the local support team helping men get that spark back. In the bedroom, on the job, at the gym, and everywhere life takes you. To celebrate this season of connection, we're giving away free B12 at our Montgomery clinic with every office visit for those who medically qualify. Our commitment is to take care of men, because men who feel alive will change the world. Don't wait to experience the difference our team at Montgomery Men's Health can make. Do it for your career. Do it for your family. Do it for your love life. Do it for you. Because the most meaningful present you can give is a man who is fully present. To give the gift of you this year, call now 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to set up a consultation and lab panel today.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
News and views in the afternoon. Looks like Catholic's going to pull this off.
Good for them.
That's amazing. Congratulations. The Archbishop apparently is on the sidelines.
Oh.
That's really cool. If you want to check that out, the Costanzas, Mike and Justin are live streaming it, broadcasting, covering the game. They're up in the booth watching it. They're at Bryant Denny. Congratulations, Montgomery Catholic. It's not final yet, but it looks like it's about to happen. That's amazing right there. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by XI Repair. And you know, XI Repair is a great place to think about, folks, when you're thinking about Christmas.
Yes.
Now, they can do that custom build of a PC for you, so maybe you've got a gamer in your life, or maybe a professional or kid going off to college. Why not get that person you love a machine that will actually do the job?
Custom-built machine.
Starting at $699. And, of course, price depends on what you exactly want within that PC, but XI Repair, they're the pros that could make you very, very happy for Christmas with a brand-new built PC. Of course, they can help you with all your smartphone problems there at XI Repair, from cracked screen to water damage to a battery not holding a charge, maybe even have a dirty port.
Happens, Joey.
And nobody likes a dirty port.
No matter how careful
maybe
you
other
are,
than Hunter Biden. Yeah. So XI Repair is ready to help you with all your electronic repairs. Check them out today, 777-1234. But go to their website, xirepair.com. See all the great sales and bundles they have coming up here for the Christmas holidays. Again, that's XI Repair, great sponsor of the program. 272-9228. Kind of hard to do my own show while I'm sitting here watching another show about this football game. Yeah. But I'm looking down at it, TV timeout, they're saying, no, that it looks like Catholic's going to pull this thing out. That's amazing. Congratulations, Montgomery Catholic. Long time coming.
Excellent.
Wow. 272-9228. Well, let's see here. We should have a few clips handy here, Eddie.
Okay.
Let's first pull that up. Sorry, folks, I'm not running on all cylinders today. Ah, yes.
But you had gasoline going through you. You had gasoline going
Gasoline going through?
Scotch. You can burn it, Gage.
Well, that's why I'm so slow now, because I'm burning it. I'm in the middle of burning
I see.
it. Yeah.
I see.
My goodness. No, okay, here. I've got my bearings now.
Good.
It's good water.
Yeah, right out the can.
But Liz Cheney was recently on not Face the Nation, the CNN State of the Union.
Okay.
Jake Tapper does that show, and it had like Liz on
Two
there,
awful
and
people.
they're sitting there talking about how we almost lost democracy that day and all this stuff. Well, but the one quote Liz put out, and I'm not even going to play the clip because I don't really want to, but the quote from Liz Cheney is, "I remember when Krauthammer, Charles Krauthammer, when Krauthammer was the voice of Fox News. Now they are dangerous and spread lies." Hey, Liz, I've got bad news for you. Most of the folks who probably voted your ass out, excuse me, pardon me, Miss Piggy,
Yeah.
don't like Fox News either, but for completely different reasons than you.
Yep.
You don't understand how bad the moment is, Liz. You want to be able to point at Fox and go, oh, they're the bad ones. It's like, no. The conservative populist Trump faithful, we've gotten even worse than that. You think Sean Hannity's radical? No, Sean Hannity's bought and paid for. Who do we listen to instead? We listen to Tucker on X.
Yep.
We listen to so many other independent voices on the right, but you guess what happened last night on the X platform?
What happened?
With Tucker Carlson on his show.
I was going to say, you have another release?
Another release?
Release of a video with
Yeah,
him?
a new episode.
Okay.
Now, guess who the guest was? And, again, this is where Liz Cheney going, Fox News is just so dangerous. It's like, Liz, you just don't get how bad it is. And how this is a new day where people you try to cancel, maybe try to cancel with $1 billion ruling, aren't going to be shut up. So who do you think was on with Tucker last night, Eddie?
Honestly, I haven't a clue. But I'm guessing it's someone that leans a little more left than, say, Liz Cheney.
No, not leans left.
Really? I figured if she was that upset, it must be just the end of the Republican Party, just bringing in other folks.
No, they want to focus like we're still in the 90s. By the way, Krauthammer comes to fame because he writes the Unipolar Moment. It's a great article he writes in the early 90s. And, we're not in that moment anymore, guys. No. I know that you want your New American Century project to work, but y'all screwed the pooch royally through the 90s, through the early aughts, through the 2010s.
It would continue right now if they had the opportunity.
Yes.
Nothing's
they're continuing to do it. But no, the guest last night on Tucker Carlson, I can't believe he didn't get my $1 billion hint, is the one, the only, I'll just play a clip.
You look at the trajectory of this, how they're escalating on Trump, whether you love him or
I didn't
hate
hear the protest. I wouldn't think that he would be on there unless the world was coming to a true end.
No, but Alex Jones was Tucker's guest.
I can't believe that.
So Liz can bitch and moan about Fox News being so awful and dangerous they spread lies, but that's not who conservatives are listening to, Liz. It's worse than you thought. We love us some Alex Jones sitting down with Tucker Carlson, and here's what Jones had to say about the deep state going after Trump.
He's now a populist icon. He's now the underdog. The globalists are coming after him. They're coming after our right to vote for who we want. He gets 60% against
which is the fundamental right in a democracy. The people rule. I can vote for whomever I want. And if you don't like that person, that's immaterial.
Absolutely.
Right?
And he's been indicted for saying they're stealing elections. They're stealing it
I'm aware.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And their indictments of him is
Absolutely.
election theft, but yes.
But despite that, he's got 60% against all other Republicans. He's 15, 20 points ahead of Biden. It's backfired, but the deep state's not going to stop. So when you said to Trump several times in that 400 million views or whatever you got, biggest show ever, you said to him, well, isn't the next thing them trying to kill you? And he's so confident, he doesn't want to think about that. And
he doesn't want to think about it.
Whereas I admire someone that's that confident, the deep state does kill people. And that's their only next move because this is failing. And I think they're going to kill Biden too, or I think they're going to try to, what you said in the speech again before the last one I talked about like a month ago, you said, I don't see Biden and Trump being the candidates. You see the system, the media going after Biden, and he deserves it, but they were covering it up until now. Now they're covering the laptop. Now they're covering attack on the dog. Now they're covering, all of his senility, all the corruption, the Chinese spies.
Attacking a dog. What a pig he is.
Again, Liz, sorry for Tucker mentioning pig. I know that might trigger you, Liz, but we're not listening to Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity wishes, Laura Ingraham wishes, they wish at Fox they had the numbers of Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones, but they don't.
Wonder why.
Right. 272-9228.
Well, why wouldn't you think Liz would go after Tucker?
Oh, she has.
I mean, just lay it out. If he's one of the big problems.
But I love how they slip into the past. Like they don't understand how much the world has changed. Like, how do you not know how many conservatives can't stand Fox? Like, do you not we used to have Fox as a news provider on this station. We ripped it off after the 2020 election. No more with you guys.
Uniparty. I thought they're a big producer of that.
Let's go to Big John. Hey, Big John.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Not much. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. If Liz Cheney is the voice of reason for the Republican Party, then Joe Scarborough must be like a minister now.
Wow.
That's a nice
That's the only
comparison.
thing I can think of. Right? I mean, Liz Cheney, this whole January 6th kangaroo court that she ran can't even find the videotapes of the interview. I mean, I don't see how Liz can make those kinds of comments. And in this day and age of leftist liberals going on, what is the truth anymore? If you told me the truth, I wouldn't believe it.
Right, but I don't know. There are so many people waking up to where you are, Big John. People don't know necessarily what's true, but they realize I've been lied to for a very long time.
Yep.
And I don't think there's any putting that genie back in the bottle, as Trump would say, put it back in the box. You rub the box. The genie comes out of the box. They rubbed my box. I'm the genie. Here to grant wishes, grant wishes to the entire nation, especially you, Big John.
Yeah, baby.
That's priceless. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with old Hunter, because as it stands, he can admit that he's doing crack. He can admit that he bought a gun on drugs, but he's not guilty.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, I'm not paying my first $1 million of my taxes.
You get a mulligan on that first $1 million, man.
See,
I get a mulligan on the first 1.4.
See, Big John, I wish I had Anna Navarro on the show to remind you that you just hate that Hunter is Joe's son, and Joe loves Hunter.
He does.
He loves his son, his drug addict son.
All right, y'all are hysterical. Have a good week.
You too, Big John.
Let's go to Sweet D. Hey, D.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So Liz Cheney was on some public TV last night, sitting there like she's the Queen of England, and they were talking about the primaries, and she said, well, we shouldn't even talk about that because the Democrats don't even know who their nominee's going to be.
Oh.
And the reporter said, what do you mean? And she said, oh, well, I'm just saying Joe hasn't really said that he was running. We're not sure if he's running. And then she tried to change the subject.
Yep.
Whoops.
Wow.
Well, she let the cat out the bag.
Yes,
last
Sometimes
night.
politicians mess up and tell the truth.
Yeah, maybe it'd be like a Hillary Liz Cheney ticket.
Oh, wow.
Ew, God,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
going to say this right now.
Stop.
I'm leaving the
I'm
country.
out. Yeah, I'm out.
leaving.
No, but why are you a self-hating woman, D? You've internalized the patriarchy. You got to vote for that female power there on that ticket.
No,
No.
sir. No, thank you. But anyway, I wanted to also add something to something Red Top said on the earlier show, not the show. But he was saying that some of the people coming from over the border were Chinese rich people. But on that same interview, I think he missed the first part, because the first part was last week. It was on Newsmax 2 with Greta Van Susteren. And they interviewed some of the Chinese immigrants, and they said that they were from prison, that the Chinese government let them out of prison, got them flights to Colombia, and then gave them money to get over the border. And those were actual Chinese people that said that.
It's not shocking. Well, it should be, but it's not at this one.
Yeah. But anyway, all right, you guys have a good weekend. Talk to you later.
You too, sweetie. Not a bad idea, Joe. If there's a country out there that we know is just taking anybody, we could empty out our prisons too. I mean, not the worst idea. Give them a little money, put them on a flight.
No, apparently the Ruskies are having a little trouble. They let all these people out of prison to go fight.
Yeah.
And now they're coming back.
They were supposed to die. They didn't get that part of the memo.
No, apparently not enough Ukrainians killed them. Yeah.
Ah, boy.
Can't count on them for anything.
Yeah.
And they're like, damn.
Come on.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's going to come back.
And actually, it's a
bite 'em.
dirty part of American history.
Yes.
After World War II, there was a lot of violence.
Yep.
Well, because, I mean, men lived it. Millions of men lived it. And are you shocked that even a few thousand it didn't shake that lifestyle when they got back home?
Vietnam, there was a lot of them like that.
Right.
Before we ever
Goes back
diagnosed
further
that.
than that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Eric the dog. Hey, Eric.
What up, dog?
Hola. It's not in a box. Y'all started talking about boxes.
No one's going to do your gift in a box.
What?
No one's going to.
Man.
No one's going to fall for that anymore. We fell for that.
Come on.
We fell for that Saturday
I
Night
think-
Live skit a long time ago.
Yeah, and don't try the popcorn in the movie theater thing either.
It's Pringles.
doesn't work anymore
Get your
either?
hand stuck in there.
Yeah, I mean, like, babe, this year we're going to get a Yule log. How about that?
Wow.
Oh, stop, Joey. That's hilarious. Y'all were talking about, what were y'all talking about? Hunter?
Yeah.
And
Well, and also
that
Liz Cheney and how she's like, Fox News is the worst. And we're like, yeah, we agree, Liz. Go away. What do you think of Tucker and Alex Jones getting millions and millions of views?
I can't believe I didn't see that.
I think it's awesome. I think that's what you get when you try to shove your narrative down and people start seeing that it's BS.
Yep. Finally.
I think invariably, if you give people all the information, they're more than capable of making, reasonable decisions about what's true and what ain't.
Oh, but it's just not reasonable information. I mean, I can't believe, why would more, prim and proper types or establishment types hate content like this?
You see the system, the media going after Biden, and he deserves it, but they were covering it up until now.
Yep.
Now they're covering the laptop. Now they're covering attacking the dog. Now they're covering, all of his senility, all the corruption, the Chinese spies.
Attacking a dog. What a pig he is. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I was told that by Secret Service and by people that, let's just say, work with them. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I actually have a contact for you. I'd like to be able to hear it from them. But when this is over, I'll let you actually hear it from yourself. I think they'll tell you off record. I think they're willing to talk to you. But yeah, he is completely out of his mind. He wanders around for the entire 2.5 years.
Joe Biden.
It's getting worse. Naked in the White House. And in the middle of the night, doesn't know who he is.
We didn't have to hear that
They have
part.
him a bunch of drugs, a bunch of amphetamines in the morning. Then they've got to drug him at night. Sometimes he's got to, though, he'll like be out for the morning for a while, and then he comes back out at night for a ball. That's when there's a real problem.
He is on drugs. I have established that. I know someone who
Whoa.
I'm not guessing. I know someone personally who witnessed him taking amphetamines. And this was during the 2020 election.
So how's this going to? That's huge. I know you don't play games. You've been proven
No, I don't play games with this.
Dude, that's hilarious. I bet that dude looks like one of those hairless cats walking around the White House like that.
No, but why would the establishment press and prim and proper folks why would they hate content like that getting hundreds of millions of views?
If they like the views, they would like the content like this. But
Well, I mean, what do they expect? We're reality TV, and I mean, what is this?
Well, you can't make this stuff up.
Inside the White House. Man, this is a monster of their own creation that's coming back to eat them, and I think it's hilarious. And I think it's well deserved. I think they get everything they.
Well, be
I think they're
careful.
gonna get everything they thought.
Be careful of the spin because you know it's coming. So that they're not getting rid of Joe just to let him go. They're getting rid of Joe because we got to put somebody else in there. So don't fall for the spin.
No, well, I mean, I think we all realize that that's like saying tomorrow's Saturday. We know. We don't know what the weather is going to be, or we don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, maybe, but we know it's coming.
Yeah.
And that alone is we're ahead of the game further than we used to be. But I miss y'all. I hope y'all have fun. I'm glad y'all had fun at your party yesterday. I'll see ya. It's going to be a while. I'll see y'all next year, maybe, hopefully.
I hope to see you sooner than that.
Well, Merry Christmas early.
Merry Christmas, fellas.
Thanks.
See you, dog.
Appreciate it, man. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and her team are ready to help you, whether with buying a home, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. They really can help you out, walking you every step of the way from pre-approval all the way to closing day. They really have helped out so many folks go through that process. Or maybe it's not your first time, but your last time was not a good experience.
Right.
There were surprises on closing day, just stuff you didn't expect coming. It was costly mistakes. No, that's why you got to go with local, trusted folks who actually sit down and get to know you. And it's not just new home purchases. They are now, helping a lot of folks with refinance deals.
Oh, definitely. Refinance right now is on fire. Rates have fallen a little bit. So if people that bought houses a couple years ago where the rates were a little bit higher, now the refinance can come in. You can skip a payment.
Right.
Have probably a better Christmas this year for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of times you get that payment lower. So use that equity. Take advantage of the equity in your house.
Right. To get either credit card debt off your back or any sort of, it's usually a cash flow issue within a short period of time. And so a refinance can really help you in that regard. Give Kim and her team a call today, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. You can also visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Do you have a cell phone or tablet that isn't charging, dying fast, or maybe the screen is damaged? Don't get suckered into buying a new one. XI Repair can fix your current device same day and in under 30 minutes. Their certified technicians fix and recover data from thousands of cell phones, computers, tablets, game consoles, and drones 7 days a week. Give them a call today at 334-777-1234 or visit them online at xirepair.com.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with the updated market report. Over the past 11 and a half months, over 4,100 homes have sold and closed in our MLS system with an average price of $245,000. Houses are selling at listed price throughout the river region, and over 35% are selling in the first 30 days on the market. Rising interest rates tend to keep some people from buying, but it didn't stop over 4,100 families from buying this year. There is a cost to waiting and expecting rates to fall, and that cost is appreciation, which has been rising nearly every month for the last 2 years. So the house that you delay buying this year could cost you $35,000 more next year, even if the rate falls. One alternative is to buy now, refinance when rates improve, and that way you are not paying more for the house that you really wanted. For the facts, call Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, owner of Smart Skin Med Spa and Salon. Are you looking for that perfect holiday gift? Get that special someone a gift certificate to use on the services they love. Smart Skin Med Spa and Salon, the only salon, med spa, and day spa located in the heart of downtown Prattville.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. We've got some weekend weather changes ahead as a storm system approaches, but not right away. Today, pretty decent Friday. High temperature up to about 67. A dry day, partial sunshine. Mostly cloudy, dry through the evening hours tonight, but the risk of scattered showers begins in the overnight hours, low 54. Then tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up, especially by the afternoon hours, then becoming likely Saturday evening and Saturday night, and first half of the day on Sunday before ending. A few stronger storms possible. High Saturday 73, Sunday's high 61, colder Monday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey Publix.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the Afternoon. Well, that's sweet of you, Romex Engler. He's commenting on the live stream, folks. To get Joey Clark live on YouTube, like and subscribe. Joey, if you'd quit getting drunk all the time, you could be able to plan the News and Views party.
We had one.
We did?
Yeah.
When?
You weren't invited. It was just me and Sky.
Oh. Was it fun?
Yeah, we had a pretty good time. Mainly talking about the sideshow.
A little drinking, a little fighting, a little loving?
No, really just a little bit of eating, and we were talking about the sideshow. I guess it really wasn't the News and View show. It was the sideshow. Yeah. The phone show.
Hey, let's go to Bubba on line 3, and I think he's got an update about this game. Hey, Bubba.
Hey, guys. Yeah, just got through watching the 4A state championship, and our very own Montgomery Catholic just brought home the blue map.
How about that?
And in a dominating fashion. It was like 28-0, and Caleb McCreary, their quarterback, got the MVP. It was,
that's awesome.
Kudos to Montgomery Catholic. They've been trying hard, and they got it this year.
Man, looks like I got final score 35-0.
Wow.
Holy cow!
Look at there, 35-0.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Montgomery Catholic.
Oh, definitely.
That's amazing.
Definitely.
Wow. So that was an exciting game to watch for them, and but anyway. But hey, Joey, I got something good for you. If you get to drinking too much, I got a cure for that. It's called gumbo.
Ooh, actually, that sounds great.
I just showed it. Eddie just saw a picture of it. He's going to try
Oh,
it.
no, this is the gumbo with the potato salad.
It kind of threw me for a loop. But as Bubba made me think, a few years ago, I tried what they called North Carolina barbecue, which is a barbecue sandwich, and they put coleslaw on top. I thought it was an abomination. I ate it. It was delicious. So I saw Bubba sing with the potato salad this morning, and I'll be honest, I was like, I don't know about that. But I have learned, open up your mind a little bit, your mouth a little bit, your taste buds, and you'll probably enjoy something like this. So I'm going to give it a go. I mean, after all,
let me cook it. This ain't an Alabama thing.
Right.
My wife's from a place called New Iberia, Louisiana, where they're so Cajun down there. If you live north of Interstate 10, you're still a Yankee.
Boudreaux and
And that is where I learned to put potato salad in my gumbo.
Now, do you put a lot in there, Bubba?
No, just a good little scoop. Not,
Okay.
You don't want to overdo it, but because you still get, like I told Eddie a while ago, I mean, you would think potato salad, rice, that's just way too much starch, but really, you can't get enough starch.
You can't.
No, that sounds good.
As long as you got plenty of juice in it, and I mean, the juice is so good when it's done right, you could just drink it like a soup. Oh my God!
See, when I'm hungover, I do prefer spicy food to kind of clear out the sinuses.
Yeah,
and
make that gumbo a little spicy.
Got a little kick to it. Hey, what you do now? Again, you take some Tony Stacheret and doctor it up to your liking, and I promise you, you put enough, it'll open up your sinus.
Yeah. I appreciate the confirmation about Catholic winning and the gumbo recommendation, sir.
There you go. Hey, and I did it in honor of my dear friend who just became the first mayor
That's right.
of Pine Level. So he just came by and got his bowl, and he's already out doing whatever mayors do nowadays.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to Joey. I'd like to talk to the mayor, the new mayor of Pine Level. He'll be in the history books from here on out.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Merry
it.
Christmas,
That's it,
come
guys.
early. Appreciate it,
Merry
brother.
Thank you,
Christmas.
Bubba.
All right, guys.
Merry Christmas, brother.
272-9228. Romex saying he didn't get invited to the party that you and Scott put together either.
It was the sideshow party. If he'd called the show, it's for folks that call. It was the sideshow party.
Then Mark Cumby saying, Joey, don't be selfish. How can listeners get one of those News Talk hats? Have April Marie give it to you as a gift.
I was going to say, that's one of the old school ones from.
Hope she's doing
a
all
couple years
right.
back.
And actually, Sam says last noon till 3 party I attended was at Sweet Creek. April Marie was the party host. Actually, that's a good venue. We could do there.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at the Harriet too as well.
I like the idea of the Harriet too.
Like
'Cause
either
I'd to-
Sweet Creek or the Harriet too would be pretty good.
Harriet too. The nice thing about that, Joey, let's say we got some guests on the boat we don't really like.
And then Rip Rap is saying potato salad and gumbo shows German influence on the Cajun people.
Never thought about that. It's a mustard potato salad too, not the mayo, not the Yankee potato salad.
And they're saying, anybody, really the truth is, y'all just, they all want to see you, Eddie. They're not really looking to meet me. They want to hang out with Eddie Bader. Joey's not that much fun. I'm not.
What are you talking about? I'm your number 2. Joey's not there. I'm not going to be there. Unless it's work.
Hey, let's hit a break. But first, this part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And they're at River Region Contracting. They can help you.
I'm glad you said their name. I have got to call them today for a roof inspection.
Really?
Yes, I do. I need to have something re-inspected. It was a client of mine. They had a roof inspection come out. They paid for a roof inspection. They sent me the report, and I can't believe none of it. It just looks god-awful. And I asked her, I was like, why did you call this person? Well, he's my brother-in-law's cousin's friend. Well, there's the problem right there. There's the problem right there. So I told him, look, send her a number for River Region Contracting. She's supposed to call them up this afternoon. I bet they'll be out there Monday or Tuesday. And you know what? They're going to give her an accurate estimate, an accurate inspection, and it's going to be free. It just ticks me off when people charge for that.
This is how good they are, River
It
Region
is.
Contracting. And it's not Eddie's First Radio. He knows he's going to
No.
be taken care of there. It's why they're the premier roofing
They are.
contractor here in the River Region. That number, 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell Todd Clark and the team that Joey and especially Eddie today sent you. More news and views in the afternoon. After this, hopefully we'll have Michael Cohen of Cohen's Electronics and Appliances on the other side of the break.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. And as promised, we have Michael Cohen, the one and only from Cohen's Electronics
That's right.
and Appliances here on the line. Hey, Michael, how are you this Friday?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Doing quite well. And now let's talk about how Cohen's has become, say, a generational institution. That, when my dad came to pick me up for that vacation drive, Michael, he walked in, saw that TV I bought from you, and he goes, "You are my son." I bought a TV from them too, this big. And so, and you have, it's not just my family. This has been going on for a while, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we have grandparents bringing in grandkids. And every once in a while, a grandkid brings in his grandparent. But it is, you know, the way that we've tried to do business since the mid '50s. You know, you want to do the right thing, and you try to take care of everybody.
Right.
And it's built upon it, and it's repeat business, which is the only way that we could sustain and fight and stay in business with the big box stores here, because all they do is knock everything down to a commodity. You're just buying a box.
Exactly.
Right.
Give me your money, get the hell out,
Yep.
and next. And at Cohen's, we're not that way. We want to sell you what you need. We want to make you happy. We want to give you good stuff and give you good service. And it's a much bigger picture of what we're trying to do than what they're trying to do. But you know, everybody's got their niche.
Right. Well, and this is why we say, folks, that at Cohen's, well, they deliver confidence. And it's all that service before and after the sale. And, yeah, when you've got people coming back from, you know, grandkids even bringing in grandparents, you know there's something great there. Folks, you can always kind of shop from home at thinkcohens.com, but I say kind of because nothing beats stopping by the Boulevard there, 2515 Eastern Boulevard. Say hi to Michael and the team, and be sure to tell them you heard of Michael here on the show, on the radio show with Joey and Eddie.
That's right. And today we found a couple 43-inch Furrion TVs. They're outdoor TVs, so they're weather resistant, made to go on your patio. But they sold for $1,000, and I have two of them in a box, 43s, that somebody could get for $499.
Oh, wow.
Well, get by there, folks,
Outdoor.
because you said you just have a few of them, so those could go quick.
And whoever gets the first two, we also have brackets to mount them on the wall, as well as a cover that we'll throw in that at no charge.
Oh, nice,
as well.
Michael. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so if you know anybody in real estate, Joey, maybe they could
I'll be over there this
pitching that to their
afternoon.
customers.
I'll let them know. Nothing come to mind immediately, but I'll if I think of somebody.
Okay.
I appreciate you as always, Michael.
Thank you all. Have
Thank
a
you,
good
Michael.
day.
You too, buddy.
Again, Michael Cohen of Cohen's Electronics and Appliances, great sponsor here of the show. Final hour of news and views on a Friday, and I need some help. I partied too hard last night. I'm tired, but we're going to power through wherever you want to go within reason. 272-9228. More news and views in the afternoon after this.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Hunter Biden's defense attorney responding to a new 9-count tax indictment filed in California by a special counsel as investigation into the business dealings of the president's son intensifies. The new charges filed include 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanors. Defense attorney Abby Lowell argues prosecutors bowed to political pressure in the case, which had been expected to end with a plea deal before it imploded over the summer. Harvard University's president apologized as pressure mounted for the University of Pennsylvania's president to resign over their testimony at a congressional hearing on anti-Semitism. Critics from the White House on down say they failed to show that they would stand up to anti-Semitism on campus. The Dow had 112 points, and the NASDAQ is up 62 points. This is SRN News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-0141.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. We've got some weekend weather changes ahead as a storm system approaches, but not right away. Today, pretty decent Friday. High temperature up to about 67. A dry day, partial sunshine. Mostly cloudy, dry through the evening hours tonight, but the risk of scattered showers begins in the overnight hours, low 54. Then tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up, especially by the afternoon hours, then becoming likely Saturday evening and Saturday night, and first half of the day on Sunday before ending. A few stronger storms possible. High Saturday 73, Sunday's high 61, colder Monday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
ASE Credit Union makes auto loans easy with rates as low as 4.75% APR. Apply online or visit your local branch today. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
1819 News.
Big news out of Decatur. The mayor and city council have now decided to fire 3 of their police officers and suspend a 4th. The officers were all involved in the September 30th confrontation with Stephen Perkins that ended with Perkins being shot to death by the officers. Police were called to the home of Perkins as he confronted a tow truck driver who was wrongly repossessing his car. Decatur Mayor Tab Bowling said the terminations are effective immediately, but did decline to release the names of those 4 officers. Bowling also said that the city will begin a review of all policing policies and practices in order to rebuild a public trust. Perkins' family members want more action to be taken than just a firing. They want charges to be brought against those officers. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is still conducting an investigation into this case. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Covenant Rescue Group seeks to directly support organizations and agencies that are fighting the global battle against human trafficking. They do this through funding, procuring, and advocating. You can go to covenantrescue.org for further details. They need your donations, guys. Hop on and donate.
2 California men have now been indicted for the murder of 2 Mississippi men after a fight broke out at a Pritchard nightclub 2 years ago. 28-year-old Artis Prez and 33-year-old Keith Richmond were indicted this past Thursday for the double murder of DeJuan Williams and Andre Carter. The bodies of the 2 Mississippi men were found shot to death inside the vehicle they left in from that Pritchard nightclub. The 2 California men have since been extradited to the state as they await trial. A fatal wreck in Elmore County has claimed the life of a 14-year-old passenger. The 16-year-old driver and 2 other teenage passengers were injured and had to be hospitalized. The pickup truck left the road and hit a tree on Thursday afternoon near Wetumpka. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. M. Hogan saying remedy equals hair of the dog that bit you.
Yeah.
I did that a lot in my 20s. It usually
Did it ever
does.
work out?
No, it does work. It really does.
All it led me to do was just get drunk again.
Yeah, that's what happens
Okay.
though.
Yeah,
but
I mean-
the pain goes away. You're just drunk again.
Yeah, I get wasted the next day, and you got to deal with it then. Yeah.
No, my plan is to just go home and watch a movie, curl up tonight.
That's what I was thinking.
I ain't trying to do
Right.
anything special tonight.
But do you remember, Joey, in your 20s when that was just a Friday night and Saturday night was you're charging back out to do it again?
Oh,
And
sure, yeah.
I don't know how in the heck we ever did that.
Well, and also, I'll just be blunt. I wasn't hosting shows then. And
True.
producing a show's work, but it's not the same type of work as hosting a show.
True.
So we'd go out all the time and have fun, and I could still do the job.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it just at a certain point, it starts to hurt. And again, being dead serious here, the worst part, you can take some Tylenol and drink some water and, power through the day. I've noticed when I drink a lot now, it really is a depressive.
Yeah.
Like my mood, even if I didn't do anything wrong or whatever, I just had like
Guilt.
3-4 beers. Yeah, I just feel guilty.
Probably feel like you being the guy you are, you like to set challenges in front of yourself and get things done.
I don't
So
think
this
it's a
kinda sets
rational
you back.
thing, though. I think it's more, the alcohol literally just makes me depressed. I'm like,
It
well,
is
then
depressing.
this should be only for Christmas.
You only want to be depressed around Christmas.
Or something like that. Hey, Duke, how you doing?
What's happening with you, Duke?
I'm quite sure you don't. I'm quite sure you don't drink and drive, Joey. Big time cat like you. I know you don't drink and
He
drive.
is a designated driver.
We had a DD. Thank you to Lon
Yeah,
for
yeah,
driving
yeah.
last night.
Sit back in the back seat and eat you some duck eggs, and sip on some your favorite juice or whatever,
Your great
All right,
coupon?
boy. Yeah. All right.
Envy isn't a good look on you. Green isn't a good look for you, Duke.
I know it, man. I won't make one of those Grinch outfits, though. I like those outfits. You ever see the guy on TikTok dancing Grinch?
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah. Old boy, that bad right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Joey, man, I've been having bad luck with women the last couple of days, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was on a ferry yesterday morning. I stopped by to give me some of that good breakfast they got out of there, and got up in there. I opened the door for this young lady. She had a handful. She was on the phone, and I opened the door for her. She didn't say anything. She just said thank you.
Right.
It slipped out before I knew it. I said, thank you for opening the door for me. Went on by my business, and she went on, and I went in and ordered my food, and came back out to my car.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hit his car, come rolling up by my car. I didn't know what was going on. Spooked me for a minute, I thought about Jack. I said, man, Jack, I ain't ready to meet you yet. Boy, I ain't ready to come up that way you are yet. But this heifer stuck her head out the window and said, sir, it's, thank you for opening the door. Thank you, hollering at me and going on. Oh, hell. And it scared me for a minute. So I calmed down. Man, I said, okay, I appreciate you, coming back and saying you thank me. But, ma'am, you had walked past me when you came out the door. You was on the phone. You didn't say anything. So you win. We good. But the way she did it. Then today, I went to Churches to get me a piece of chicken.
Yeah.
I don't supposed to be eating that old nasty
I know
chicken
you're not
anyhow.
supposed to. You know you're not.
It is good,
The old
though.
car-
I mean,
the old
come
car
on.
said- The old car said he wanted him a little piece. I said, he just wanted to smell it.
What
So
Texas?
we
Did they
drove
give you
up.
Texas Pete hot sauce there? Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I'm at the drive through window. I hadn't made it through the window yet. I'm at the call box, way back. I have it way back there. So there's 3 cars ahead of me, sir. 3 cars. One out already at the window to get its food, and the other one behind it waiting. I'm waiting 5 minutes to order.
Yep.
So, I had enough already. I said, okay, ma'am, I need to place my order. She hollered back at me. She said, say it loud. She said, you come fix it yourself.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Being the man that I am, because my wife had told me the day before, I shouldn't have said that they too late on Fairview. She said, you got to learn how to shut your mouth sometimes. I said, baby, it slipped out. Now, as you know, you're not married to a punk, so I can't be punk like that right there. So this helper told me at the Wild Drive-thru to come fix my own food. So I told her I'd come fix it. So at that point, I waited. I thought I'd be patient. Okay, maybe she's cooking the food by herself today. So by that time, I said, ma'am, I need to place my order. I got somewhere to be. You know, I can't burn up this high-priced gas sitting here in this line. One car ahead of me. So here the manager come on. She said, did you hear her? She said she get it in a few minutes. I said, ma'am. I said, only one damn car in the line. I said, I need to go. So I said, forget about it. At that point, no car was behind me, so I just whipped it in reverse.
Yep.
And got my ass out of line.
Hey.
You know, I don't like that right there. Don't, you know, give me some decent customer service.
What happened to service?
There's no customer service anymore. There's none. And what a lot of the places have done, Duke, and I don't know, you haven't got caught yet, but a lot of these drive-thrus, once you get in them, you're pinned in them.
Oh, yeah.
There is no backing out. There is no getting out of line. They got you.
And
They
I'm
got you
going
in
to
the
call
lane.
this particular church it's out. It's on the bypass near Montgomery Mall down in that area. So fire everybody in the damn place, if you will.
I'm going to go by there
It
today.
doesn't matter to me, right?
I got a feeling they
Yeah,
got good
but you
chicken there.
gotta, Duke. You gotta watch your mouth though. Sometimes you never know who you're gonna piss off one day. They're just looking for an excuse.
They'd rather be pissed off than pissed on. I heard before.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
That's true, but the lady that's cooking your
But-
food, I would like her to be my friend because,
That's the reason I
again, they're
got out of
cooking the
line. That's the
food.
reason I got out of
Yeah.
line because you're not gonna come on here and tell me come fix my own food. You know, being a bitch to me. You know, I don't know. I don't go that route right there.
Well,
I
but-
didn't say the word.
But
careful,
Duke,
I'm sorry.
can you kind of sympathize with her? She's probably how many people in that restaurant? Probably 3.
But
her
what
and
I'm
the two
saying
managers.
now, I just told her I need to place my order.
But
You
she
should
wasn't
say,
ready for
"Hey,
you to
sir."
place the order, Duke. She
That's
wasn't
not-
ready.
No.
Did
I know
she say,
wasn't
"Can I
ready.
take your
Probably
order?"
gonna be- She probably was going to be ready 30 minutes from that point.
Well, after
But-
you were smart, Alec, I'm sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. She was smart from the start. Then I got smart back.
Okay,
Too
see,
smart.
you didn't start it. You punched back though.
Right.
You're a
I
counterpunch.
punched
You're
back
like
twice.
you're just like Trump.
Ooh, Joe.
Well, hell, that's me how I like him a little bit. That's why I like him a little bit for that right there.
I'm the genie that came out of the box.
People, my wife talking about you shouldn't. You gotta learn to shut your mouth. But
Sometimes you do.
Well,
I know I need to shut it up, but I'm open the door for you. I used to not believe in open door for women back in the day when I was coming up young.
Wow.
I don't even think of it now in the sense that I hold the door open for pretty much anybody. If as long as somebody's within distance, I'm not going to sit
I
there
didn't
and wait.
open door for girlfriend. I did not open no door for no girlfriend. Just a girl stood out and argued with me outside the car. I told her I'll leave my ass right here. I'm not opening the door for you, not handicapped. So I didn't believe in that for a long time.
What is so hard about? What is so wrong with opening the door
I
for
just didn't
somebody?
believe in it. I wasn't that kind of guy.
How do you not believe in it? You open it up, it
I was
works.
16,
The door.
17 years old. I didn't believe in open doors for women. I'm sorry. I didn't believe in it.
How many
Okay.
women
Well,
had to
it's handicapped.
tase you to get you to behave? Like,
I was about to pull off. One girl, I was about to pull off. She was standing beside the car. I said, nope. They won't start.
oh well, I'm glad you got all that off your chest, Duke.
I hope my wife come home with no mess tonight. It'd be 3 strikes. I don't need 3 women pissing me off 3 days in a row.
Watch out. Now, it is fun messing with people. I worked for 2 summers at Parks and Recreation here in Montgomery.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah? What, you didn't like that, Eddie?
No. And, all of a sudden, I had a Jack Campbell flashback. Get off the cross. We need the wood.
No, I'm not complaining. I loved working there.
Okay.
Because I didn't have hardly any responsibilities. And I remember we were around, the shop, I think it's still there, is near Oak Park.
Oh, yeah.
And one day we didn't have much to do.
City employees.
So we're riding around slow in the big old truck.
Wasting
And
company money.
right around Oak Park, there's this walkway.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some big girls. I don't mean thick. I mean big girls walking.
Okay.
And I'm not going to use his name, but the foreman rolls down the window, slows down the truck, and hey, ladies, how you doing? And then the other guy in the passenger goes, keep walking, ladies, keep walking. You need it. Ah! And then they speed off. And I'm like, okay, I can get along. This is a great job.
So immature.
This is a fantastic job.
So immature.
I've missed those guys. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to go, man. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm gonna calm down in a few minutes. But I went messed around and went to Burger King. Got everything. I just in the mood for some junk food. That's okay.
I got you.
I'm with you, man.
You know.
I appreciate it, Duke.
See you, Duke.
All right.
Yeah, I got way too many Parks and Rec stories. Like
Those were fun jobs, though.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Being the summer help. I still remember this one guy came up to me. I was in the ball field crew truck. I don't know if it was a racial thing or not, because it was me and I was the only white guy in the truck. The guys were great.
Yeah.
Got along with them famously. And this kind of white guy walks up to me and goes, "Son, you ain't going nowhere working at that truck. You should join me and my guys in our truck."
Oh, good Lord.
And I'm sitting there going, I'm a junior at Auburn University, you
this
idiot.
is my summer job. I'm not trying to become vice president.
And I'm
for
not
Parks
the
and
type
Rec.
to try to pull like elitist rank, but it's like, go away. Like sometimes people are
Now,
just
all
absurd.
summer long, did you have interaction with that guy? Did you?
No, they didn't mess with me at all.
I was hoping you said, "Hey, I'm going places on this truck, man. You just don't know it. This truck right here, I'm going places."
No, I'll say a few names: Sam, Skeet, Stanley, Bomb. Well, there were some good dudes there.
Yeah.
Darrell. Yeah.
Who was the supervisor's name that was committing the harassment? Thank you.
Hey, let's go to the phones. Is this Pam?
That is Pam.
Hey, Pam.
Hey, Joey. Hey, Eddie. How are you?
Doing great. Now,
Wonderful.
Eddie tells me you've got a story to tell.
I do. Can you hear me smiling as I talk?
I can.
Because you can't. You know me so well, Eddie. Well, it is just. I just want to share this joy with you guys. It has been a momentous day for us in Birmingham. Lark graduated today with her master's in nursing.
Congratulations,
we are
Lark.
Done and done. Yes, the chick has worked so hard. I mean, I'm teetering on with these emotions on the brink of relief and crying and just excitement, just because it's such a great accomplishment. And
Certainly.
we're just so proud of her. And, and Eddie, you're like her Uncle Eddie, and you've just been such a good supporter of hers,
Oh, I love her.
She's
You know
5.5 years with school.
Well, I was hoping, and I know this is a huge accomplishment for her and for you.
Yes.
I know you're incredibly
Yes.
proud. But I was kind of hoping
Yes.
you would tell Joey the story of how her tuition was paid for.
You know how her tuition was paid for? Because I worked my butt off
Yes,
in real
she
estate.
did.
That's how that was paid for.
I want everybody to know, and I'm bragging on you, Pam.
Oh, don't do that. I'm sure I'm not worth it.
Pam's daughter is graduating with absolutely zero debt, zero college debt. And I've known so many people that had that great intention and life got in the way. Pam never buckled one time. And she worked with me, folks. There were plenty of chances for her to buckle.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Never
and
buckled
don't think
one
I
time.
didn't want to. but this was our agreement, though, and Steve and I were in a position we wanted to give her a great foot to start out on. But this was the agreement we made with her. We said we will help fund you through your master's program, but you have to do your part. If at any point in time in this process you decide to play around or have bad grades, we're rescinding those funds and you're going to be on your own. And so she, to her credit, she has gone above and beyond on her part of this deal. And so our gift to her was a debt-free start with her professional life.
Amazing.
And it has been a sacrifice, but it has been one certainly worth working toward, and it's just been an incredible thing. Now everybody can't do that and can't afford, and that is fine, but it's something we could do for her, that we wanted to give her a clean start with her professional life.
But that was one of when Pam and I first started working together, that was, you want to find out your partner's goal. And she said, I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I've got a daughter that's starting college. I want to put her through college. So she had the drive. And I'm telling you, Pam, and I can't brag enough, you knocked it out. Just absolutely knocked it out.
Well, I do not deserve all that credit. I tell you, there were some days that I crumpled, and in fact, there was one day I recall I was looking at all my numbers for her, and I was starting to get real discouraged, and the market was slowing down a little bit. I was starting to get real discouraged, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm running about $2,000 short of the goal I wanted to be. And I was starting to cry, and Eddie knows I don't cry very much. I do,
No, I'm
but
the crier.
not much. Yeah, Eddie's the crier.
He is a big
And
softy.
so-
That's his nickname, actually,
so
Big Softy.
later that day, I was just having a little pity party, and I was crying. I said, okay, Lord, I don't know what to do. Lark calls me out of the blue and she says, "Hey, Mom, guess what? I just got a $2,500 scholarship for my fall semester." Oh, there goes the fire. The waterworks. I cried and cried and cried. But it was such a blessing. And I just said, "Thank you, Lord. I will try to be more faithful in this process." So she did her part. And I do not mind supporting hard work. I truly don't. And she is a joy, and I wouldn't trade that chick for any other daughter in this world. I'm telling you.
Well, she's the best.
A joy.
Absolutely.
I can feel the love and you beaming. I can feel the sunshine and, like you said, the smile through the phone call. And
oh, absolutely. So I thank y'all for taking the time to
tell us one more thing. What is she going to do?
Yeah. She already has accepted a job in the Birmingham area, and she is going to be working in a ICU, a heart lung transplant ICU in the Birmingham area.
Right.
So she's already got a job.
Yep.
And we knew she would, and this job was. And she had several offers, but this job decision was made very thoughtfully, very carefully. And it's something that she wanted to do. And she said, "Mom, what do I need to do?" And I said, "First, make a list, pros, cons.
Yep.
Then you weigh those, you pray about it, and then you follow where you want to go. This is your decision. It's your first big girl decision on this. You decide. We'll support you." And that's what happened. And she made it, and that's the one I actually thought she should have taken. So
it's amazing.
but I wasn't going to influence her. I wanted her to make her own decision.
Well, she did, but she is her mother's daughter, so.
So I can say officially our bird launching has been successful.
That's right.
We're not empty nesters. We are bird launchers. And we're done.
well, congratulations,
Congratulations,
Pam.
Pam.
Well, thank you, Joey. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate you guys so much for the friendship and all through this. Especially you, Eddie. I mean, you've had my back when nobody else would, and just the support and loving my child and supporting me, and I that is greatly appreciated. And I need you to know I need you to know that, and I need the public to know that. What a great friend you've been to me, and I appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Pam. And once again, you're one of the greatest friends I've ever had. So, and it
ain't, that's so sweet.
It's not going to end tomorrow just because she graduates.
All right,
No.
all right, you
Shake
too.
it.
That's
Okay,
right.
yeah, you too. All right.
All right, guys. Great talking to you.
All right.
Have a great afternoon.
You too, Pam.
Okay?
See you,
Thank
hon.
you, Pam.
Bye-bye.
272-9228.
Just talk about a great family, military family, just all around great people. Solid folks.
You gonna cry?
I might if you don't hurry up, go to break. You're trying to wait me out.
This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health.
Oh, those are some good folks, Joey.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little something about them folks right there.
Power through it, big boy.
We got a call from somebody yesterday that said that they had kind of given up on their love life.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Went by there and, well, he's a firecracker now, ain't he?
Oh, yeah.
And they can do that for you. They can do it for me. I went there. I thought I had low T. I had every single symptom of it. And
wait, you felt tired all the livelong day?
All the
sluggish. You were putting on weight, right?
You saw me putting on the weight. Yeah. And I just had no motivation, no drive whatsoever. So I went there. I took the quick test. It took maybe 30, 45 minutes to get my results. My T was fine. Testosterone was fine. But I do have some metabolism issues. And they were able to, with taking a shot once a week, really change my life. My mental awareness came back. The sleeping pattern came back, which was great. And I had energy. It wasn't 2 o'clock and I was wanting to go take a nap. So if it worked for me, I know it's worked for Joey. It's worked for so many other people. It'll work for you too.
That's Montgomery Men's Health. Just call them up today. Make an appointment. Only $99 and a quick blood draw to know your testosterone score. And even if it's not a low T problem, they have solutions for whatever problems ailing you uniquely as a man. That number for Montgomery Men's Health, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or you can always go to montgomerymenshealth.com. And be sure to tell them that you heard about them here on News and Views in the Afternoon with Joey and Eddie. Or News and Views in the Afternoon. After this, you can cry now, Eddie.
Thank you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Is your cell phone or iPad cracked, broken, or not working right? Don't let the big carrier stores sucker you into a new $1,100 device. Let XI Repair fix your device today. XI Repair fixes cell phones, computers, laptops, iPads, game consoles, drones, and more. Their certified technicians fix hundreds of devices every day. When your device needs care, call XI Repair, 334-777-1234, or Google XI Repair.
I'm here with Miss Dot at the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall. Dot, the place is looking festive.
Yes, Christmas is definitely here.
I can see lots of things around here that would be great for Christmas.
The booths are stocked with everything you need for the Christmas season. And you know we enjoy your visits to see us and helping us keep up all those old good traditions and maybe starting a few new ones. But we love seeing each and every one of you.
What if somebody's looking for a special gift?
We've got the china, of course, and the crystal and the furniture, and we have the vinyl records and silver plate and jewelry and whatever else you think you want.
All right, Dot, give us those hours of operation.
Monday through Friday is 10 until 6. Saturday is 9 until 6. And Sunday is 12:30 to 4:30.
That's the Eastbrook Flea Market and Antique Mall, 425 Coliseum Boulevard. And from Miss Dot and Mr. Gary and the McDaniel family, they wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for shopping Eastbrook.
Make 2024 the year you break away from the chain stores and join us here at Adams Drugs. We value your business and want to provide you the best customer service at the lowest possible price. We've been serving up excellent customer service here in the River region for over 62 years.
I made the swap to Adams Drugs and I couldn't be happier. Having a job and then getting 3 kids to all of their activities keeps me busy. I don't have an hour to waste waiting on a prescription. At Adams, they know me and my family. I get in and out in minutes, and when I can't get by Adams, they'll bring the prescription right to my door.
What are you waiting for? Come in to Adams Drugs and let us earn your business. Our friendly and personal staff will talk with you and answer any questions you may have about your prescriptions. Your satisfaction is our #1 goal. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local independent Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Now, I want to go to a Jonathan Turley op-ed.
All right.
Yeah, this is his op-ed that appears in The Hill. And it's, really a column on efforts to bar or limit voting in the primary and general presidential elections.
Oh?
But what's so striking is how these distinctly anti-democratic actions are being taken in the name of democracy. So here's what Jonathan Turley writes. Across news sites, Democrats are warning of the imminent death of democracy.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, they do say that a lot, right? I mean, who are they worried about, though? Are they worried about this guy?
You know, they used to say Abraham Lincoln got the worst press. I said, there's no way he got worse than me.
I don't know. I hear it on both sides, though, Joe.
How can you be afraid of that guy? But anyway, Hillary Clinton has warned that a Trump victory would be the end of democracy. MSNBC's Rachel Maddow is warning of, quote-unquote, executions. Even actors like Robert De Niro are predicting that this may be our very last Democratic election.
Executions?
Executions. Yet these harbingers of tyranny are increasingly pursuing a very course that will make their predictions come true. Self-fulfilling prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
The Democratic Party is actively seeking to deny voters choices in this election, supposedly to save democracy. Henry Ford once promised customers any color so long as it is black.
Right.
Democrats are adopting the same approach to the election. You can have any candidate on the ballot as long as it's Joe Biden. This week, the executive committee of the Florida Democratic Democracy told voters that they would not be allowed to vote against Biden. Even though he has opponents in the primary, the party leadership has ordered that only Biden will appear on the primary ballot. And if you want to register your discontent with Biden with a write-in vote, forget about it. Under Florida law, if the party approves only one name, there will be no primary ballots at all.
How's this a free election?
The party just called the election for Biden before a single vote has been cast. This is not unprecedented, writes Jonathan Turley. It happened with Barack Obama in 2012 and on the Republican side with George W. Bush in 2004. It was wrong then, and it is wrong now. As Democratic presidential candidate Dean Phillips from Minnesota noted, quote, Americans would expect the absence of democracy in Tehran, not Tallahassee.
Right.
Our mission as Democrats is to defeat authoritarians, not become them. Well, that's what they tell you on the book cover. This thing they keep calling our democracy, it's more like an oligarchy of managerial elites.
Kind of feeling that way.
Right. But I feel bad for actual, like, Democrats who are like, I thought we were doing this democracy thing. They have a rude awakening. In Iran, the mullahs routinely bar opposition candidates from ballots as guardians of the ballots. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
There's good reason for the Biden White House to want the election called before it is held. A CNN poll found that 2 out of 3 Democrats believe that the party should nominate someone else. A Wall Street Journal poll that found 73% of voters say Biden is, quote, too old to run for president. The party leadership is solving that problem by depriving Democratic voters of a choice. In other states, Democratic politicians and lawyers are pursuing a different strategy. You can have any candidate as long as it isn't Trump. Now, real quick, I think a big part of what they're worried about is, say, RFK Jr. was going to run as a Democratic in the Democratic primaries, and they completely rigged the game. That's now why RFK is running as an independent. But they're worried that this populism they always associate with fascism in the right wing, that there are actually very powerful populist forces on the left as well. It's a very real thing, and there are more and more by the day that can't stand the so-called corporate Democrats. You know, folks, if you're out there and you're a conservative and say you hate a Mitt Romney, I'm telling you, and these are often honest, good people. There are people on the left who look at Hillary Clinton and feel the same way.
Oh, I'm sure.
And this is exactly what the Democratic establishment is worried about, that if they actually had an open primary where this old cadaverous president actually had to stand up for himself, that he would lose. And not just lose to another one of their potted plants, but lose to an actual populist on the left. But we can't have that, right?
Right.
But back to Trump and the Democratic Party's efforts, essentially saying you can have any candidate as long as it isn't Trump. They are seeking to bar Trump from ballots under a novel theory about the 14th Amendment. In states from Colorado to Michigan, Democratic operatives are arguing that Trump must be taken off the ballots because he gave, quote-unquote, aid and comfort to, and, quote, insurrection or rebellion, end quote. Other Democrats have called for more than 120 other Republicans to be stripped from the ballots under the same claim tied to the January 6th Capitol riot. This effort is being supported by academics such as Larry Tribe, who previously called for Trump to be charged with the attempted murder of the former Vice President Mike Pence.
Boy, he's a genius.
In a recent filing supporting this effort, figures as prominent as media lawyer Floyd Abrams and Berkeley Dean Erwin Chemerinsky, interesting name, have told the Colorado Supreme Court that preventing voters from being able to cast their votes for Trump is just a way of, quote-unquote, fostering democracy.
So long as courts believe that a candidate's speech is, quote, capable of triggering disqualification, that speech is unprotected in their view.
Wrong.
Again, this is from Jonathan Turley, folks. I have long criticized this theory as legally and historically unfounded. It is also an extremely dangerous theory that would allow majorities in different states to ban opposing candidates in tit-for-tat actions. So far, these efforts around the country have met with defeat in court after court. But the effort continues, and with the support of many in the media. Some national polls show Trump as the most popular candidate for the 2024 election, while a few show Biden slightly ahead. Yet, despite 74 million voters supporting Trump in the last election, these Democrats are insisting that voters should not be allowed to vote for him in the name of democracy. In fairness to Democratic partisans like Clinton and Maddow, they could well be right. The 2024 election could well prove the end to democracy if these efforts succeed in purging ballots of opposing candidates. It is all part of an electoral variation on the Vietnam War claim that it is sometimes necessary to destroy a village in order to save it. Democrats claim to be right and to have the best of motivations, which is why they feel justified in saving democracy by denying it to the voters. After all, it is all about motivation where any means are justified. They are trying to save democracy by limiting it. Thus, it is an assault on democracy for Republican lawyers to challenge elections based on alleged problems with voting machines, but it is protecting democracy for former Clinton General Counsel Mark Elias to claim that a machine could flip the results in favor of the GOP. In Tehran, a popular joke emerged after the Guardian Council approved only one candidate to appear on the ballot. Democracy, the joke went, was safe because the Guardians would allow the candidate to run against 6 other spellings of his own name.
Yeah.
The American election guardians in Florida did one better. They have arranged for there to be no ballot at all. Who needs the pretense of a primary when you can simply dictate the result? Yet, rest assured, you may be able to cast a vote for an approved slate of candidates of healthy choices. Consider it a type of quote-unquote big gulp election, where you are protected against your own bad choices, like a sugary drink at 7-Eleven. Actor Seth Rogen has pledged to vote for whoever is the Democrat. That's all I need to know. If these efforts are successful, many voters could be left with that single liberating choice. And that's Jonathan Turley. Guy's been on fire lately. And again, I look at Jonathan Turley go, I don't think he's like a man of the right.
No.
I don't look at Glenn Greenwald and think that. I don't look at Joe Rogan and think that. I don't look at Elon Musk and think that.
No.
It's a beautiful time where a big tent is being created. And it's really based on people seeing through the BS and the lies, especially the biggest lie. That what we're protecting is democracy. No, you're protecting your own hegemony. Yeah. You're protecting your own power and your own impunity. And you've gotten your way for way too damn long. And it'd be one thing if the results were good.
They're not.
But instead, the results continue to be more debt, more dependency, standards falling across the board in almost every industry. Hundreds of thousands of people, if not more, killed in wars that we claim are for democracy. No wonder the rest of the world is starting to push back. Yep. And no wonder Americans are starting to push back as well. To go back to an earlier point, it's interesting how, Liz Cheney and them are still stuck in, Fox News bad, Sean Hannity bad. It's like, y'all have no clue what's coming.
Nobody's giving them a new script.
And it's beautiful to behold. And you can continue to call people Nazis and fascists and all the other stuff. Go ahead. People have, developed a callous to all these strikes. 272-9228. And honestly, I don't think those calluses are necessarily a good thing. But they're going to develop the more people keep trying to use those well-worn insults and labels. Hey, let's hit a break.
All right.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. More news and views in the afternoon. Man, Trump knows how to pick good-looking lady lawyers.
Yes, he does, Joey.
Or maybe it's just the makeup. I don't know.
No.
We'll be right back.
not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. Did you know the current national average turn time to close on a mortgage is 48 business days? But not at Alabama Home Mortgage. At Alabama Home Mortgage, our average close time is 16 business days. That's a month faster than the rest. How do we do it? With over 60 years of combined experience in the industry. Our team knows mortgages. Our years of experience yield a better experience for our customers. Folks, time is money. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, don't waste time with another mortgage company, bank, or credit union. We close on time, every time. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our fast turn time is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Start your day a better way with Action 8 News Rising. Get your first look at news happening today, plus your latest forecast and live traffic reports. Don't settle for the same old morning newscast. Watch Action 8 News Rising, weekday mornings starting at 4:30. Don't know an iPhone from a flip phone? You need to watch Action 8 News. Consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker keeps you on top of the latest technology and keeps you safe from scams and identity thieves. Watch What the Tech, only on Action 8 News.
Hey, this is Mo from Rick and Mo's, and we've been advertising with Blue Water for over a decade, and trust me, it works. Take it from me, if you need to get your business out there to the river region, you can count on Blue Water Broadcasting. And remember, Mo knows.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Hi, everybody. We've got some weekend weather changes ahead as a storm system approaches, but not right away. Today, pretty decent Friday. High temperature up to about 67. A dry day, partial sunshine. Mostly cloudy, dry through the evening hours tonight, but the risk of scattered showers begins in the overnight hours, low 54. Then tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up, especially by the afternoon hours, then becoming likely Saturday evening and Saturday night, and first half of the day on Sunday before ending. A few stronger storms possible. High Saturday 73, Sunday's high 61, colder Monday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors & More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors & More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
You want to get your calls in before we close up shop, 272-9228. Now, we mentioned this in passing earlier, but the ongoing United Nations COP28 or COP28 Climate Summit in Dubai is offering a wide variety of gourmet food options from vendors who serve beef, even as it prepares a report that is expected to call for the West to reduce consumption of beef.
It's in Dubai?
Mm-hmm.
How much of it's camel?
You ever had camel?
Nope, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I'd try camel.
I would in a minute. I've heard
Heard
many
it's
good
pretty
things
good.
about it. Yep.
Yeah. Ever eaten bear?
Yes.
Is it good?
No.
See, it has to be prepared correctly.
And that might have been the case. I just found it to be really greasy, and it sounds funny, but the guy I was having it with, he said, kind of reminds you of possum, don't it? Well, I never had possum.
No.
But it was just really greasy, so I assume that's what it was. But it was black bear, and it wasn't good.
In the 80s, when you were doing the whole Eduardo Banderas thing, you ever eat gopher?
No.
Yeah.
Wonder how that
Rat?
would be. Yeah, I think we had rat in Korea. We're pretty sure we had rat.
You did?
Yeah.
Like on purpose or by accident?
By accident. But it was. I will say this: it was good enough that we went back to the same restaurant the next night.
But apparently, according to this UN Summit's online portal, its food offerings include juicy beef, slabs of succulent meat, smoked Wagyu burgers, Philly cheesesteaks, and melt-in-your-mouth BBQ.
I had the best Philly cheese steak ever in Dubai.
Yeah. In addition to African street barbecue, fast casual Mexican fare, and an Asian option that has a touch of French flair. Good Lord. The revelation comes as the UN faces criticism for preparing a first-of-its-kind report that is expected to be published at the summit and call for lower meat consumption. Like, they're just doing it on purpose.
I was going to say, at this point, they are, and when I say they, I'm telling the class that is ruling you and me, are putting this in our face, laughing in our face, and saying, what you going to do about it?
Somebody just sent me something about camel. I just can't repeat it on air. It's pretty good. Actually, I'm going to turn the mics off, folks. Yeah, that's a good one, Josh.
Dang, that's a good one.
But the UN Food and Agricultural Organization will publish its first ever global food systems roadmap during an upcoming COP28 session, which is expected to recommendations that overconsume meat to limit their consumption as part of a broader effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
There we go.
How about GFY?
No. Just no.
Like, why is this?
No.
We have to have a global plan for everything. No, you don't. Who the F elected any of you?
Right. But they have the money.
If that even counts for anything, who the F made you God saying, here's how we can manage the entire globe? How about no, go jump in a lake? You hypocritical.
Here's the thing, though, Joe. You know as well as I do.
Busybodies.
As much as we've mocked China and their credit score and how your personal, I forget what they call it, but basically how good of a person you are. We're going that direction. There is not a doubt in my mind. Look at all the things being put in place. From your thermostat that works Wi-Fi, guess what that means? That means the government can shut it off. They can shut it off whenever they want. All these kind of things, they're just setting it up. And for us to sit here and go, wow, these are really new technologies. I don't need my dryer to have Wi-Fi. I don't need my stove to have Wi-Fi. That's just a way for them to get in your system, and they're in every one of our systems.
Yeah, we'll solve all of life's problems by building a modern Tower of Babel.
Exactly.
Freaking dumb. But here's like some samples. For instance, this is the director of the Food Systems Program. We know that our food systems are intrinsically linked to the fate of our natural world, and so we have made the progressive decision to ensure that we explore how the catering provided across the event can be responsible and climate conscious, helping to echo the emphasis we have placed on the Emiratis Declaration. Wow. Wow. Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's just in your face. In your face, indeed. Now, the good news is the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, which represents American beef producers, is criticizing the UN ahead of this, and a few other industries, I'm sure, would
Why are
not
they even
like that.
Okay, no, but we've got some of our own representatives there, do we not? I'm sure we have some of our representatives.
Sure.
So this big business like the cattle industry, they should be looking at their books and quit cutting these people checks. Because as much as they'll complain, they will turn around and give them a check. And all that does is finance all this crap all over again. So we start standing up and holding on to our own money. You got to cut these people off. The only thing that cuts them off is money. They have no shame. They'll do anything. But they can't do it without the money that you and I are giving them.
Now, in other news, John Fetterman.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me.
He's now, this is from Politico, defends, quote, reasonable border talks as fellow Dems fume.
I got a feeling he'll be going back in the hospital soon.
Yeah, it stalled immigration negotiations imperil U.S. aid to Ukraine and Israel. Oh, no. When do they become states? Senator John Fetterman is blaming not only Republicans, but also members of his own party for what he described as a reflexive political resistance to a border security deal. I hope Democrats can understand that it isn't xenophobic to be concerned about the border, Fetterman said in an interview. It's a reasonable conversation and Democrats should engage. Fetterman, a progressive favorite, urged Democrats to acknowledge the large numbers of migrants streaming across the southern border. He cited the 270,000 border encounters that U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported in September. Honestly, it's astonishing, and this isn't a Fox News kind of statistic. This is the government's.
Yeah.
You essentially have Pittsburgh showing up there at the border. These remarks, of course, come as Democrats increasingly stiff-arm the border talks for skewing too far towards GOP demands. Because when you have split government, how dare you actually, negotiate?
Yeah. Well, they don't have to.
The senator's comments also demonstrate the degree to which he has positioned himself as a staunch ally to Israel during its war in Gaza. An outlook that has deeply frustrated his progressive allies. Fetterman, whose office is adorned with the Israeli flag and "We Stand with Ukraine" poster, said he's appalled that Congress is considering effing over the two countries. He didn't use just effing, by the way. Huh.
Yeah, he'll be back in the hospital soon.
Washington's priorities are...
His depression's going to get to him, and he's going to have to do a mandatory 30-day stay somewhere.
Let's go to Gene. Hey, Gene.
How y'all today?
All right, how you doing, Gene?
Did y'all see the movie, Oh Brother, How Art Thou?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right there at the end when they loaded that guy that was running for governor up on the rail and toted him out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to still be done, but all them politicians made laws where you can't do nothing to them no more. Now you even talk mean to them. They cry and pout and want to throw you in jail.
Yeah, no running people out on a rail, literally, anymore. It's a crying shame.
That's what I know. It used to be legal, now it's not. Anything you could do to a politician that was legal, and now it's a crime.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. It's almost like the politicians are the ones making the laws.
Well, they are. If you want to clear out Washington, D.C., get rid of all the politicians.
Well, I did ask Santa if I wanted Washington, D.C. to sink into the ocean for this Christmas, and he told me no. I think he's a Scrooge. Anyway.
He's a Fed.
Yeah, Santa's
Have
a
a good weekend.
You too, Gene. Yeah, that Santa tracker on NORAD.
Right. Hello.
How did that partnership show up? Oh, you just thought it was some Christmas magic and elves. No.
No, it was testing of the system.
Santa's been a plant of the CIA for years.
He can come down your chimney.
Yeah. Just ask your mom. Yeah. Hey, Ray. This is Ray Bowles from Private Carpet. How you doing?
Ray, how you doing, man?
Well, I'm standing here talking to a buddy at Publix. I went to the doctor the other day, and my cholesterol's a little high, so I'm getting some pomegranate juice. See if I can knock it back down.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
And you talking about the world place wanting to not have as much meat? They'd be some kind of mad at me if they come look in my freezer.
Thank you.
Boy, they'd be upset. But I tell you, probably the best goat. Have you ever eaten goat?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm smutting for mutton.
Was in Uganda, Africa, on the way down to Kampala. I got full of those. We were in the bus, and we stopped by, and they just basically held the goat up, and you grab it. It was goat on the stick.
Goat on the stick.
I don't know how they cooked it. Couldn't tell you where to buy it at. It was the best goat I ever had in my life.
I think I had some from one of the Indian places. I think Saffron here.
Curry goat. Absolutely out of
It's freaking great.
Yeah, every time Pancho's wife brings us lunch, we wait and convince everybody it's goat. It's usually sheep, but we tell them it's all goat after they eat it.
Of course.
Yeah.
You working today?
No, I'm not. All I'm doing is running around doing stuff for Angie today.
Oh, well, there you are. You're working hard, buddy.
Yeah, I've got nothing done today. So if y'all need carpet, call the store, 285-8117. I promise you somebody there will pick up the phone.
There you go.
285-8117. And be sure to tell them that Ray Bowles, you heard him on the radio with Joey and Eddie, and he was talking about eating goat.
Guys, y'all have a great weekend.
You too.
You too, Ray. Quick break here. We'll be right back to button everything up.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hey guys, are you looking for a professional and reliable tree service company in the Montgomery and surrounding areas? Well, check out the folks at Tree Masters. It's a name you know and trust. From pruning to full tree removal, they'll even help you remove your shrubs. They service all of Central Alabama, including Lake Martin and Lake Jordan. Call them for a free quote today at 334-676-3638. That's 334-676-3638. Tree Masters.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's first and only News Talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Well, final moments here of the program. We're pretty much out of time, though, Eddie. Did we learn anything today?
I did learn, actually, Alex Jones last night was on with Tucker, so I've got to check that out this weekend.
I think they talked for about an hour and a half.
I didn't see any promo or nothing for it.
Yeah, it was everywhere for me. So, yeah, y'all check that out on Twitter X. It is funny how people don't realize exactly what they're dealing with. I mean, they have a few words they might try to use, like fascist, Nazi, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. You keep calling us that. Go ahead. We'll come up with other ways that aren't the nightmare you think, but are still going to win.
I hope
and
so,
it'll
Joe.
be beautiful to behold.
I hope so.
I have hope.
I have hope. I'll be honest. Earlier this year, probably a good part of this year, I didn't have much hope. But the worse things got, the more hope I actually got. Because I myself can't stand this. I know there's a lot of people like me waking up.
Happy Hour with Greg Bedell is next. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is